So I'm kind of sat here like, oh, chat's a little bit restrained today. There's not that many people here. And I'm thinking, damn, what's happened? Did I like upset people last night? You know how anxiety goes, right? You know how anxiety goes. And I'm like, oh shit, did I like upset some people last night? Have I like, what have I done? You know, oh my God. Am I cancelled? No, I'm obviously not worried about that shit. But I do like, sometimes like if chat is not like as popping as it normally was, I'm like, wait, what's happened? Like, has something big happened? You know? And then of course, I head over to like twitch.tv, the general gaming channel. And of course, it is Gamescom. So that's what's happening. It's Gamescom. Everyone's checking out Gamescom. Which is fine. You know, I would check out Gamescom if I wasn't streaming right now. I'd probably be chilling in that chat. But you know, this is the content that I like. This shit right here. This is what I like. So this is what I'm providing you all with. All you extremely loyal friends, extremely loyal supporters of the channel. Appreciate it a lot. But let me just say hi to everyone real quick. We got Vordrella here. We got Half a Laptop. We have got Cryptid is over Crypto. We got Splootnut. We got Starmist. We got Columbo. We got Tutus as well. Hello. We got Shafiq. And we got Satirical. Can I get a shout out, please? Columbo, if you're going to lurk, Shafiq. Columbo, can I please get a shout out for Tutus? Hope you're all doing good. Finally on your day off, you've missed too many great streams. Do not forget the VOD channel. Do not forget the VOD channel. She's right there. She's right there, the VOD channel. She's there for you. Oh shit, everyone's coming out of the woodwork now. Hi, Adrenaline. Okay, now I sound like an idiot. Now I sound like a fucking idiot. We got Survived, we got 30, Connor, we got Adrenaline. Anyway, listen, this is what we're starting with today.
A question from, probably mispronouncing it, Gemma.
It's our boy.
And she writes, I have found it hard to avoid doomerism. How do I avoid losing all hope? And then another question that comes from Patrick, is it ever going to get any better? Should I maintain any will to live? Now that's a little bit, makes me nervous, Patrick. Yes, you should maintain a will to live.
I love this man so much. Like, he has a genuine concern for when people say stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you could tell. Yeah, that's a good sample, right? That's a good alert, Connor. Doomerism.
And, you know, look, these are very tough times, and I think what we have to do is be honest about it and say these are tough times, but these are not the only tough times this country has experienced, or the American people have experienced, or the world has experienced. You know, the 1930s, 25 during the Depression, 25% of people in this country were unemployed. You know, you had children working in fields, children not going to school, working in fields, in factories. You know, in 1941, when we had to deal with both Japan and Germany, and the rise of Nazism and Japanese imperialism, we weren't prepared to do that in 1940.
Hey, Cynthia. Hope you're doing all right.
Let's act together. And literally in a few years built the economy and the armed forces that we needed to save the world from Nazism. So, you know, these are tough times, but it is not appropriate for us to live in despair.
Yes!
Because all of this is about is not just us. It is about our kids. I have 4 kids. I have 7 grandchildren, and you do too. And we are fighting for not just ourselves, but for the future.
I love the way that he says, you do too. Remember what I was saying about kids last night and the weird aversion that we, for some reason, have towards kids in this society? When he says you do too, he's not saying you have 7 grandkids, right? He's saying my kids might as well be your kids. The children are our children. And that's the way that we should be looking at this, rather than like, oh, this person's got kids. I don't want kids. I've not got kids, etc.
And future generations. So
they're all of our
seems to me that
responsibility.
despair is not an option. This is tough stuff. And the victories are not going to be easy. We are facing enormously powerful opposition. But throughout history, that has been the case. You know, people have faced enormous opposition, and things change. Things get better. So, you know, and all we can continue to do is to keep fighting.
There you go. There you fucking go, chat. How about that? I'm here. Look, I'm here. Look, I am here. How's it going, everybody? What's up? Look, it's me. Hello, Zarf Quagswag. I actually love that fucking name. Zarf Quagswag says, did you know that Bernie has a Twitch channel? I did know that. Yes, I did know that. Absolutely phenomenal. A phenomenal guy. Master of the Art, hello, how are you? I will never have kids, but I will fight for the future generation because they deserve a better world. It's my...
Bernie felt desire to provide financial support.
Oh my god, Vord? I am once again asking you to donate to the djmuel campaign. That's right. Thank you so much, Ford. Thank you so much for the £6.12. Thank you so much for subbing off Twitch. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. I appreciate that. But as Master of the Art was saying, I will never have kids, but I will fight for my future generation, the future generation, because they deserve a better world. It's my responsibility to deliver it. Exactly. It's all our responsibility to leave this world in a better way, in a better place than what we found it, you know, in a better state than what we found it in. So that is the based way of looking at it. Now listen, chat. Today, I've been working very hard. This is a patron-only update, but for those of you that are in the stream right now and those of you that are watching on the VOD channel, I'll give you this. I'll give you this little tidbit. I have written 10,000 words on my my latest video. Now, I have not enjoyed... Look, and here's proof. Here's proof. Here's proof right here. Look at that shit right there. 10,012 words. Absolutely ridiculous. 17 pages. I never wrote this many words for anything, chat. Anything in my entire life. For anything. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Isn't that... How much is a dissertation? Like 20,000 words? Because Columbo made the joke on my Patreon today saying like, oh what, I didn't know you were writing a video dissertation. Like how many words is a dissertation? It is like 20,000 words, isn't it? Anyway, it is by all standards a video essay. A video essay. It is. Hey Adam, what's going on? And hello, I'm a coconut. Welcome in. Hello Juliet, how are you? Are they different words or like cum, piss and shit over and over? You got me. You got me. You got me. That's what it is, Shafiq. Yeah, I'm just typing cum, piss, shit, bollocks, twat over and over again. That's all that's happening. Shafiq, I don't know if you're planning on staying for a sec, but do you want to give Andy a shout out? I'm a coconut. I don't care if both of you give him a shout out. It's fine.
I can't stay but wanted to send my support as I slowly descend into my bedding. ZZ.
Columbo with the £50 dono. Good God. Columbo, thank you so much. Listen, Columbo, not only are you like a tier 3 patron, but you're also a tier 3 subscriber on Twitch, which is 30 quid a month, about 25 quid a month, about, and another 50 quid donation off Twitch. I can't thank you enough, mate. I can't thank you enough. Columbo's been one of my big all-time supporters. Really, really, really appreciate you, mate. Thank you so much. Holy shit, that's like a week's worth of shopping. And then plus the extra money that you're giving me on other platforms in other ways. That's like a bill paid. Thank you so much. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody who donates and supports me. But obviously, like, you know, when people drop a fat dono, it's hard to not feel like super blessed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Columbo. And have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for supporting me in general. Gang, that, you know what that means? That means that we've only got £100 to go. £100 to go for the public domain movie night. Very exciting. Very excited. And that is like, what is that? What is that? If 20 people donate £5, we'll hit that today. GDQ dono train moment, you know? Oh my god, I even completely forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about my video essay, my upcoming actual video essay. Good god. So yeah, thank you so much for the support, honestly. Like that, like, you know, getting that kind of support as well after like a day like today where I've worked so hard and I'm watching this fucking guy's content who has like attacked my friends in the most bad faith way possible. You know, literally getting stressed out watching these videos and writing this video, and then like coming to a stream and like getting that kind of support. Like, yeah, honestly, like you've made me feel like I've done a good day's work, honestly. So thank you so much, Columbo, and thank you, Vord, for the dono as well. Thank you everybody for supporting me and just being here today. But like I say, because of that, we are just gonna have a bit of a laugh today. We're gonna have a bit of a laugh. We're not gonna really take anything too seriously. I am gonna be getting a little bit conquest of bready, you know, because we're gonna be talking about pasta, as the Americans call it, and it is Xander Hall. Yeah, that is who I'm making the video on. Yeah, got a lot to say about him, unfortunately. But there you go. There you go. But yeah, we're gonna check out some pasta. Whoa!
Donationary secretary.
Andy, I can't believe you've done this. Andrew. No. I can't believe you've done this. Thank you so much for the £10. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. And thank you so much for subbing off Twitch. I appreciate you so much. There you go. There you go. Wait, the V remix? Wait, I've not heard that. I've not heard of it. Did you send it to me in your fucking... Wait, is it this? What the fuck? Is this a bit, what do they call it? What do they call it? Retro wave? Retro wave? I don't know. What do they call it? Bit crushed? What is this type of music when you like make it video, when you video gamify it? 8-bit version, 16-bit version of Temporary Secretary. Chip tune, that's it. That's it, chip tune. Okay, let's have that on in the background. Let's have that on in the background while we chat. For everyone asking about the video and what I'm talking about in the video, listen, there's a reason. There's a reason that I have a Patreon. There's a reason that I post updates to the Patreon. If you want more information about the video that is exclusive info for my patrons, then join the Patreon. Join the Patreon. It's there in the socials. Like, get it fucking joined. Like, support me on Patreon. Honestly, you get a lot of cool stuff, such as pictures of me topless in the garden doing research. That's something that patrons got recently. Everybody loves a bit of that. Yeah, obviously, if you want to know exactly, as Lefty Angler says, what Zan said now, it's less about what Zan said now and more about like how harmful he is to the community and to the online leftist Twitch space at large. Listen, I've written 10,000 words on it. There's a whole fucking video coming out very, very soon.
Since we're talking about pasta, here's a few pennies.
Oh my god, Tooters, thank you so much for the £5. Thank you so much for subbing off Twitch. And thank you so much for supporting the stream. That's right, here's some pennies. I love that. That was pretty funny. That was pretty fucking good. But yeah, like I said, there's a whole 10,000 word video essay. It's going to be more than 10,000 words because I'm not finished it yet. I'm literally not finished it yet. I've got one more thing to do, which I'm probably going to finish after the stream tonight. But how long is that? Cynthia Citrus, not yesterday, but last week, she was saying that 10,000 words is 40 minutes. Is that right? Like, how do you kind of gauge that? Like, some people talk faster, some people talk slower. I don't know. I don't know. But what I imagine is that it is going to be about 40 minutes. So it's going to be like a 40-minute video. Yeah. It's very, very in-depth and very, very, very... Oh boy, there's a lot. There's just a lot going on in there. So anyway, because of all that work I've done today, we're doing just a bunch of chilling. We're just messing around. We're just clowning around. Like I said, we've got some pasta videos. And then we've got a weird video called The Dangers of Dating in Colombia for Men. So that's going to be a bit weird. Andy says that's mucho editing. And actually, it's really funny because you'd think that, wouldn't you? But I edit more when I do non-scripted videos where I just kind of like talk at the camera without a script, because I'm always cutting out mistakes that I make. Whereas like if I have a script, there's going to be less mistakes because I've written down exactly what I'm going to say. And I just have to like memorize it and then read it, and there it is. You know, it's right on the screen next to me here. The camera's there. I just look at the fucking camera, you know, memorize it, and then say it there. You know? It's the ADHD flow. That's right. That's right. A video essay I wrote with 3,000 words was 15 minutes of recording for you. So 15 minutes recording, but then how long is it going to be in the edit? That's the interesting part. I don't know how long it's going to be. But also, welcome in. There's some other people who've joined the chat again so far. So Shafiq, can I get a shout out for Quillightful, please? Hope you're doing all right, Quill. Kiri Magic, how you doing? Lovely. We've also got Pata Potato in here as well, and Mr. Dank himself. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. It's really good to see you. Yeah, it's like I got my own teleprompter. That's what it's like now. Also, I've decided I like black coffee now. I'm not drinking black coffee now. I'm drinking tea now. Drinking tea. But oh my god, I have discovered the joys of black coffee. It is so good. Any news on that book from the Prince Andrew rapper? Yes. Yes, we do have the book from the Prince Andrew rapper. We have one of his books, but the other one got cancelled. No, I don't have it decaf. I have it fully caffeinated. Fully caffeinated in order to help me with my brain. My neurodivergency requires caffeine, unfortunately. You forgot about him? You're never gonna forget about him. Never gonna let you forget about him. Ever. You had to edit it to 5 minutes. Right, okay. You could have left it. You would have left it about 12 minutes with editing. All right, okay. Well, there you go. There you go. Energy drinks all day, every day for you? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Like, today was like a big day where I kind of realized that like I might not have got as much work as I did today done. I might not have got as much work done as I did today if I hadn't have had a bunch of caffeine. And literally 2 black coffees, like full strength, you know. Yeah, he had multiple books, Starmist, yeah. How to Get Land for Free and Abolish the Monarchy. But the Abolish the Monarchy one didn't actually get made. Tea is awesome. Get yourself some tea. Get yourself some fucking tea. But anyway, listen, chat. This is what we're doing. We're looking at... This is something that I was checking out on Saturday night. Saturday night, my partner was out partying. I was in alone in the gaff. And, well, I'm always alone in the gaff because she doesn't live here. But you know what I mean? Like, my Saturday was free. My Saturday was free. I was on my own on my day off. And I just played a bunch of Minecraft with people on the Rage Club Discord. Afterwards, when everyone had gone to bed and jumped out of the voice chat, I was playing Minecraft and watching iOS stream. I don't know if anyone knows iOS. iOS is a great streamer. In fact, fuck it, let's just give her a shout out right there because I fucking love iOS. I think she's fucking awesome. She was streaming with her partner, Cooking with Lordy. I don't want to shout out Cooking with Lordy because I don't actually know what her Twitch name is correctly, so I don't want to shout out the wrong person, but you'll see Cooking with Lordy if you go to iOS's stream. And so she was doing a co-stream with her partner, and Cooking with Lordy was like trying to get her to eat mac and cheese, and we were watching these videos about like pasta factories and like macaroni and shit like that. And I thought, well, this is great content for the stream. This is great content for the stream because wait until you see this, chat. This will piss you off. This will do 2 things. This will piss you off and make you understand the global supply chain a lot more, right? So I'm titling this segment Conquest of ... pasta, because it's like conquest of bread, but conquest of pasta, you know. There's not really any content warnings for this content. It's food. That's the content warning, you know. Some people got eating disorders. That's fine. And you know, that's how it kind of goes down for some people. So there you go. But we're going to be looking at this. This is how the world's biggest pasta factory produces 1,400 tons of pasta per day. Think about that, chat. Think about that number. 1,400 tons. And content warning, Italian. Hey, come on. No fredophobia, please. It's going to be a little hypnotic, I think. Yeah, I think it is going to be like a little hypnotic. I don't know. I don't think we should go into the politics category for this. I don't think we should. I don't think it's necessary. But anyway, we're going to check this out. Yeah, I was sat here going, packets? No, tons. Literally tons. Right? Content warning, snap spaghetti. That does upset me, actually, when I see people have snapped spaghetti. Did you say Alfredophobia? No, Fredophobia. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Nobody tell Alison Bailey she'll call you racist. Wait, actually, will she? Oh, God. Yeah. I can imagine. Right, so check it out, chat. It's the conquest of pasta.
This is the biggest pasta factory in the world. Barilla produces 1,400 tons of pasta each day at its flagship plant in Parma, Italy.
So if you don't know who Barilla are, you'll recognize them as the famous blue boxes. Like you see these all over the world. All over the world. Let me find a picture real quick. It's this stuff. Barilla is actually Italian, yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't think it, but it is actually made in a factory in Italy, yeah. Barilla Classic Fusilli number 98, al dente 11 minutes. So, you know, very cool, very awesome. Like, they are actually like a legit Italian pasta company. But they're sort of like a famous... Their pasta goes buy one, get one free. B-O-G-O? Are you on about buy one, get one free? Is that what you're on about? Bog off? What's B-O-G-O? You're more of a DiCiccio man, personally. Uh-huh.
Each line produces about 10,000 pounds of pasta per hour, which goes to fill roughly 230 blue Barilla boxes.
Like, the box here of spaghetti that they do is copied like by a bunch of pasta companies. Like, who's that other pasta company? I've got it in my fucking cupboard. I'm gonna have to look in my cupboard. Hang on. This is it, Napolina. You know Napolina? They do like they do pasta. They do tomatoes. Chopped tomatoes and plum tomatoes and stuff like that, tinned tomatoes. So they kind of like, yeah, they want to emulate the Barilla factory for sure, or the Barilla brand.
The recipe for dry pasta is simple. It only takes durum wheat, semolina flour, and water to make.
And this is a huge thing. I always thought that pasta was made with egg, so I always thought that pasta was like not vegan. But it is, it's vegan.
Takes the dough and turns it into 103 different shapes, including long strands of spaghetti and bow ties of farfalle. Machines punch out each shape.
But it's important to remember.
Barilla then takes the dough and turns it into one.
Hang on. That this is all it takes.
Flour and water.
This is all it takes. Durum wheat, semolina flour, and water. Right? Literally that. Yeah, you can make pasta with egg, but that is just like, that's more often than not fresh pasta. Fresh pasta. Yeah, fresh pasta is the stuff that's made with eggs, but dry pasta, you don't need that shit. You know? Yeah, like egg noodles as well. Like you can get noodles that don't use egg, but if you use fresh noodles, they're probably going to be made with egg, right? More than anything. But I always thought that every type of pasta, I know people in chat are saying like you can make pasta with egg. Like I thought that every pasta was not vegan and made with egg, but dried pasta generally speaking is not, right?
To make dough. Barilla then takes the dough and turns it into 103 different shapes, including long strands of spaghetti and bow ties of farfalle. Machines punch out each shape before the pasta goes through the drying process.
But that's the thing that I wanted to focus on, chat, like just how simple it is to make one of life's staple foods, right? One of life's staple foods.
This process allows the pasta to preserve itself so that nothing else is needed to keep it fresh. And this is what gives the boxed yellow carbs a longer shelf life than most other products.
We press the pasta throughout a die, which is a metal plate.
They're so cute, they are.
Shaped in the way to obtain the format of pasta that we want to pack. We dry the pasta for...
I fucking love Italians, chat. I love them so much. Like, I can't get enough of the Italian accent. It's so good. It's so fucking good. It gives me such life. This is why I fucking love Penny Meowie. Like Penny Meowie, like don't even watch it for the stream. Hold up a second. I've just realized that my camera is like in the wrong position. Okay, there we go. Like, Penny Meowie, right? I don't even watch Penny for the gameplay. I watch Penny because she's got that beautiful Italian accent. Mamma fucking mia. Critical support for the Italians, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
For up to 12 hours in this plant, depending on the recipe, depending on the formats, in order to obtain a shelf-stable, dry, and ready-to-be-eaten pasta.
The Barilla factory operates 24 hours, 7 days a week.
We produce more than 320,000 tons of pasta per year.
This is the important bit, chat. This is the important bit, chat. Are you ready to get mad? Are you ready to get mad? Right? So a lot that most people can't really understand. You can't really fathom how much pasta that actually is. Like, okay, it's 320,000 tons. So it's got to be a lot, right? It has to be a lot.
Which means at the end of the year, more than 4.2 billions of pasta dishes. So we are very proud to say that in 18 months, we can feed the entire population.
Right? In 18 months, you can feed the entire population with pasta from this one factory. From this one factory. One factory. That's all you need. Right? Nuts. Absolutely fucking nuts. Right? So, in terms of like, yeah, we are so post-scarcity. We are so post-scarcity. It's absurd. Right? So post-scarcity, it's absurd. Right? We're proud to say that we can feed the entire world in 18 months, but we don't. Right, exactly, yeah. Yeah. Now, yes, Divided brings up a good point. For what period, right? So that would be like, they would feed the population one dish of pasta per person on Earth every 18 months, right? Now, when you break it down like that, it's like, oh, well, that's not that good. That's not that good. But it actually is. Like, it actually is, because that's one fucking factory. That's one factory can feed the entire population in 18 months. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre to even, like, think that. To even, like, comprehend, like, that many people is extremely difficult. To even comprehend that. Right? From just one factory. Just one factory. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Fortunately, we have all these other factories to manufacture scarcity. Right, okay. This is it. Like, we are extremely post-scarcity. You would need, like, I don't know, fucking, like, how often are people going to eat pasta? Like, one factory like this in every country. And that's it. That's all you need. You don't need any more than that. Maybe in bigger countries, you'd need, like, a couple. But that's it. Then you're done. You're sorted. It's fine. Like, you know, it just goes to show how much we produce that doesn't actually get eaten. Right? Such impressive technology and infrastructure. I hope we use it to improve living conditions and bring greater freedom. Right. That would be great if that was the case, wouldn't it? And this is the thing. This is why communism has such a focus on seizing the means of production. Because if we seized the means of production, i.e. this factory, then we could feed so many people. We could feed so many people, right? And when you look at it, the majority of this is all automated. It's all fucking automated. Look at it.
Very proud.
It runs for 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's all fucking automated. There's people in there to make sure things don't get clogged and like shit like that, like, you know, monitor the machines and shit like that. But this is like such a, like, the history of pasta is so, what's the word? It's so, there is such a long history of pasta. It goes way beyond Italy. It, like, technically wasn't even invented in Italy. It was like, you know, I think people attribute the invention of it to, like, China. And it's been going on for so long that the creation of, like, such a simple staple food stuff as pasta, it's been perfected. You know, it's been absolutely perfected. And so automation You know, and let's not forget, chat, this is automation under manufactured scarcity. So who's to say that they couldn't produce more pasta, right, if it was made more efficient? But overpopulation is a real issue. We have to kill all the foreigners or there won't be enough food. It's just maths. I hate it just as much. Right. This is the lie that people say all the time. That's like in the mainstream media. You know, overpopulation. It's a myth. It's a complete myth. It's shelf stable too. Yeah, you mean the shelf life. Like the shelf life of pasta is so long. You can store pasta for like a fucking year in some cases and it doesn't go off. Malthusian fallacy. See, I don't know what Malthusian means. But yeah, it is a fallacy, right? It's a myth. There is no overpopulation. Like, you know, we could actually live in harmony with the planet with far more people in the population than we actually have today. So it's completely untrue. The history is such that there are own individual villages in Italy that make their own unique shaped pasta that only they make. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You start like traveling in Italy. I went to Italy and was traveling around and stuff. And you start to see some like weird looking pasta. Some weird looking pasta, you know? Just imagine a community kitchen. Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's the population will eventually exceed our capability to sustain it theory. Right, okay, with you. Purple apple hello. Pasta is incredibly filling from my experience. One box is a lot. One box is a lot. Like this box. This is easily like 5 meals for me. This box. You know, how much is this? What is this? 500 grams or some shit? What is this? Doesn't even tell you how much it weighs. What's that about? Yeah, 500 grams. Like it's normally sold in like 500 gram boxes or packets, right? Pasta, like spaghetti, fusilli, macaroni, fucking everything, right? And this will like one serving is probably like, I don't know, 100 grams? Yeah, 500 grams dry. So when you like put it in water and boil it, it fucking like pops off. Malthusianism was the belief the human population will grow endlessly if we won't be able to keep up with consumption. He didn't take into account improvements in food hygiene, prep, sourcing. Right, okay, yeah. Malthusian fallacy. That's good to know. I know what that means now. Thank you. Hello JMM as well. Yeah, so this is wild, chat. This is absolutely wild that this much fucking pasta is made.
Say that
from this one
months,
factory.
We can feed the entire population of the world.
Barilla started as a small bake shop in the center of Parma more than 140 years ago. Today, the company is privately owned by fourth-generation Barilla brothers.
Privately owned. These motherfuckers own the production, own the means of production. I mean, let's face it, most of the time, pasta is affordable. But let's not forget that sometimes it's not as simple as that. As things being affordable, there are things that can be affordable, but are still out of reach of people, depending on certain situations that they're in, you know?
Guido, Luca, and Paolo. While ownership has stayed the same for decades, much has changed since 1877, especially in the way pasta is sold today.
Look at it, it's literally all automated. There's hardly any footage of workers here. Look how empty that factory floor is. Machines just do it all. Machines just fucking do it all. You know, like the communist solar punk utopia, right? That we should be aiming for is factories like this, powered by renewable energy, wind farms, solar energy farms on the, you know, on top of the fucking factory itself and shit like that. And just have people monitor it. You know what I mean? You could probably even monitor it from home while you're just like chilling out, doing something else that you want to do. Like you could, like maybe if you live down the road from the factory, you have like a tiny alarm that goes off if there's like a blockage in the system or something goes wrong, one of the machines isn't oiled properly or something. You know what I mean? Like when you start to think of things like that, when you start to think of the supply chain and you start to think about manufacturing stuff, the entire lie of capitalism just starts to break down. It all just fucking breaks down so quickly.
As a small bake shop in the center of Parma more than 140 years ago. Today, the company is privately owned by fourth-generation Barilla brothers, Guido, Luca, and Paolo.
And that's why we need all of these bullshit jobs. Quote unquote, we need. This is why we're told that we need, right? All these bullshit jobs. Like, go and work in an office. Go and do admin, like meaningless paperwork. What else? You know, sales stuff. It's just ridiculous. Or, and get this, instead of building drones for war, we could build them for production. Right, exactly. Yeah. Hello, Jan Shavim. How are you doing as well? Welcome in. Just like Vonnegut envisioned and play a piano. I should really read some Kurt Vonnegut stuff. To be honest. Read that that's how fracking plants work. All it takes is a guy coming to check the equipment every 3 months. Like, that's the thing. That's it's just so, like, it's annoying because it's so obvious that this is how things work. Automation is amazing. We should all be working 10 hours a week instead of 40. 100%. I think more and more people are becoming aware of that. Barilla Brothers will pay you in pasta for your service, not feudalism, right? Pretty much. I did a few years of food manufacturing. Majority of the factories are very much machine focused. Yeah. And then we use pasta drones to blow up children in the Middle East. Not sure I get it. No, they wouldn't be combat drones. Instead, like, use the artificial intelligence technology instead of blowing up kids in the Middle East to automate factories. That's what Satirical is trying to say. That's why people that make the most money are the ones that invest in stuff like this and then own the profits that people like Barilla Brothers makes. Yeah, exactly. This is literally it. That's the game. It's a fantastic book. I'd recommend that and The Sirens of Titan, yeah. But then who kills the kids? Well, wild idea, Survided, but we don't do that. In case anyone's wondering, Survided is being sarcastic. Yeah.
Low. While ownership has stayed the same for decades, much has changed since 1877, especially in the way pasta is sold today.
The turning point came when Pietro Barilla traveled to the US after the Second World War, and he saw the packaging of food. And so he came back. He was very much in touch with artists and designers, and together with the artists, they designed the blue box, which is now famous all over the world.
Barilla consumers around the world buy more spaghetti than any other blue box variety. And that's what makes it the most produced shape in the factory.
I think that spaghetti...
Spaghetti is so versatile, though, you know? It's a lot easier to get on your fork when it's, like, covered in slimy pasta, you know what I mean? Slimy pasta sauce. Rather than, like, fusilli, like, you know, you get your fork in and you just go like, eh, and it's all falling off your fork and shit, you know? Spaghetti is just a lot easier. Just jam your fork in and spin, and then you got spaghetti, you know? The insane left has gone from abolish the police to abolish child murder drones, and spineless liberals are letting them. That's right. That's right, Survided. We're absolutely inexcusable. As older generations pass, there will be new generations to replace them, so in theory the population should teeter around the same amount that we have right now. Yeah, for sure. Like, you know, and there's no reason why it shouldn't get bigger. Like I said, like, if we live in a sustainable society where we live in harmony with the earth and we don't, like, desperately extract resources from it all the time, we can support even more people than we have on the planet than we do right now. Spaghetti is great. It is. How many different types of pasta are they making at once? Yeah, so much, honestly, so much.
In terms of long cut pasta, is very well known all around the world, because in China you have noodles, in Italy spaghetti of course, but it's not that far from the culture and the habits of many population in the world.
Barilla is available.
Hey, Rat Freak, what's going on? The issue with spaghetti is cooking for over 40 becomes really tough. It sticks together more, and short pasta is loads easier to stir. But you are right about forkfuls. Yeah, well, exactly. It depends on like what situation, what cooking application you're using for. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, you know, you might want to use penne instead if you're cooking for like a lot of people. That's what they used to do at the restaurant where I worked when they were doing staff food. It would always be like penne or farfalle rather than spaghetti.
In more than 100 countries, including Brazil, Singapore, and Japan. Italy was traditionally...
It is really hard to get all the capitalist brainworms about what's feasible out of your head. Yeah, it is. It is. And a lot of it is very, very subtle. Pasta drones or flying spaghetti monsters? Yeah, both. Why not both? You know, like, it's so crazy. The more and more that you think about it, and the more that you learn about the supply chain, and you know, how things are made and manufacturing and stuff like that. It's like the dreams that we had as kids about like how the world could be, or how the world like should be, or how the world is kind of like sold to us, are not just more than possible, but they're like, they actually exist now. It's just gate kept from us, right? We'll reach 8 billion people within the next couple of months. Incredible considering the world was 5 billion when I was born, but the world could support tens of billions if we wanted it to. Yeah, it absolutely could. Absolutely could. You know, these absolutely absurd capitalist, like you say, brainworms that say like, oh no, like, you know, living in a nice world is just impossible. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, it'll never work. It's like, no, it would work, and it can happen. And in fact, it is happening in like a lot of places, but you just don't hear about it because they don't want us to fucking hear about it. You know?
The biggest pasta market for Barilla, until the US recently took over the top spot. Today, the company controls 32.8% of the entire dry pasta market in the United States.
Look at all that pasta. Look at how much pasta has gone past us. Past us. In that, like, what is that, like a 4-second clip? Like, divide this up, chat. Divide this up real quick. That's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 portions. 16 portions. 16 meals on the conveyor belt. And then watch it go past.
The industry is 32.8% of the entire dry pasta market in the United States. The industry is growing beyond...
In that short time, we've literally seen like 30 portions, maybe 40 portions of food just fly past us. You know? It's gone past your eyes before you know it. That's right, yeah. It's a pastopoly.
Beyond the US too, as consumer eating habits favor meatless meals and plant-based diets.
We've seen definitely a shift towards more plant-based diets because it's now universally recognized that they are the best one for the health of people and of the planet. And so we are seeing globally an increase in pasta sales.
The trend doesn't look to be dying anytime soon, which could mean more demand for blue boxes around the world.
Madness. Absolutely madness, just like sort of thinking about it and how it works and shit. Now I kind of want to like find more stuff about this, to be honestly, because there is like a lot of different foodstuffs. What's like a staple foodstuff, chat? Should we see if this Food Insider channel has like a video on like potatoes? I wonder if they've got like a video about potatoes, right? Rice, yeah. Bread's a good one, Let's check out rice. I think rice is a good one. Let's search the channel, rice. 16 rice dishes. How? Yo, we already watched the 350 kilogram batches of pilaf rice. Plov pilaf rice. Clay pot rice, signature Hong Kong dish. There's a lot of rice videos. Nasi goreng. Jollof rice. Just like the basic production of rice would be good. 160 kilogram paellas feed 1,400 people in Spain. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, that's absolutely nuts. The world's largest community kitchen. 100,000 people daily. Daily, chat. 100,000 people daily. At the Golden Temple in India. Okay, this is gonna have rice in it for sure. Communal paellas. 100,000 people a day. Chat. 100,000 people a day.
This is the largest free kitchen in the world.
Free! Absolutely free. No money required. Put your wallet away.
Open 24 hours, year-round, this food hall feeds 100,000 people for free each day.
This fucks so hard. This is the most Giga Chad behavior I've ever seen in my entire life.
And on religious holidays, that number can double. Just one of these huge bowls is enough to feed around 10,000 people.
Fuck me. Fuck me.
We visited Amritsar in India to find out everything that goes into feeding such a large crowd and to see just what it takes to make such big batches.
Big batches. We love a big batch video.
This is Armandir Sahib, often referred to as the Golden Temple. It's the largest Sikh shrine in the world. But despite being part of the holy site, this kitchen doesn't discriminate. The food is completely free to anyone, regardless of religion, gender, or ethnicity.
Hell yeah.
ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਬਾਹਰ ਤੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਲੰਗਰ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਲੰਗਰ ਜੀ ਵਿਖੇ 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਵਾ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੀ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ ਇਸੇ ਆਸ ਨਾਲ ਇਸੇ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮਿਲੇਗੀ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਲੰਗਰ ਵਿਖੇ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਛਕ ਕੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ
It just fucking rocks, right? It just fucking rocks. Like, this is how it should be. This is how, like, everywhere should be. Every single, like, village, every town, you know, every like, street should have, like, a communal kitchen where people just get fed for free. Like, what's for tea tonight? You know what I mean? Like, just think about how much of a more wholesome world that would be. Right? And it's possible. It's actually just possible.
Community kitchen.
And this is proof, right? This is proof. Because this is an absurd scale. This is an absolutely absurd scale of feeding people. Like, one of those fucking bowls feeds 10,000 heads. 10,000. I've never seen 10,000 people all at once. You know, I've literally never seen 10,000 people all at once.
Or langar have been popular across
I can't even imagine that.
since the birth of Sikhism. And the langar at the Golden Temple has been serving meals since 1577.
Look at the state of that. That's nuts.
Each dish is cooked in giant metal vats, over 100 gas cylinders.
Yeah, why are they doing it without a profit incentive? Don't you need money? Don't you need a profit incentive to want to feed that many people? Huh? You know, chat, the neolibs are right. The neoliberal debate bros are so right when they say that, like, no one would do anything for free. Like, no one would do anything for free. It just wouldn't happen. They're so right when they say that. They've really considered, like, every single culture and nation and you know, person in the world when they've made those statements, right? All right, Cryptid, thanks for being here. Take it easy.
And huge piles of wood are burned through.
The free market of giant kitchens. Yeah, it's not sustainable.
And there's only one short 30-minute break in the cooking from 4:30 to 5 a.m. Thousands of vegetables have to be peeled and prepared by volunteers before they're taken to be cooked.
And you know, look at this. Like, if you wanted to, like, volunteer, right, you could just, like, come to the onion peeling bit and do daily onion peeling with your mates, having a laugh. Like, okay, hear me out on this, chat, right? What if instead of working ourselves to the bone and then having to, like, you know, drink yourself silly, right? Drink yourself silly to get over the hard work that you've just done, the physical, mental labor that you've just done in your day's work, right? Instead of having to drink yourself silly to get over that and the fact that you live under capitalism and there's no prospects for you or anything like that, imagine just having like a day of work where, like, you don't need to worry about the money that you've made, you know?
Thanks, Mule.
Juliet, thank you. Thank you so much for the £10 dono. Thank you so much for subbing off Twitch, and thank you so much for supporting the stream. I really appreciate that. Really, really dope. Really, really, really fucking dope shit, this, honestly. And thank you so much, everybody, for the support today. Really appreciate that. We're so close to the £800 goal, chat. £75 to go. £75 to go. That means we will unlock, for next month, public domain movie night. And by the way, you know, next week, I'll be doing the Gandalf stream. Oh, Star Mist, thank you so much for the £5. That's only £70 to go. That is like 7 people donating £10. Or... wait, no, that's not right. Yeah, it is right. Or 14 people donating £5. We could do it, chat. I think we can hit £800 tonight. I think that can happen. Or going for a cry with your mates, because those are onions. It Could Happen Here did an episode with Andrewism on abolishing restaurants. I wonder why they want to abolish restaurants. Because in sort of my view of the world, I would say we don't really need to abolish restaurants. We just need to, like, change them. Right? To, like, this. Right? It doesn't need to... they don't need to be, like, ended, in my opinion. Just the format in which they operate needs to be changed. Like, instead of paying for food, you get it for free. Instead of, like, you know, having a waiter or whatever, you serve yourself, you know? And all the chefs are volunteers. You can volunteer if you like. All that kind of stuff, you know. For me, that's what I would do. But you know, I'll listen to that. I've not listened to It Could Happen Here in a long time, and I do value a lot of what Andrewism says, and you know, and the peeps at It Could Happen Here. Removing capitalism and exploitation from the process, like a Burning Man. See, I don't even know about Burning Man. I don't know what Burning Man's about. But yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to remove capitalism and exploitation. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Like, yeah, I'm backing that 1000%. Yeah, you know, just like you've had a day at work, and like, what do you do for work? Well, you do whatever you want, because like your needs are catered for, and you know, you just have to do like what you want to do in the world. And after that, you go and have a chat with your mates, having a little cry and a chat with your mates, peeling onions at the onion peeling thing, you know?
And while the menu can vary, depending
does look
on
pleasant.
availability or the donated vegetables that the kitchen may receive, it is always vegetarian. But keeping this many people fed takes a lot of ingredients.
ਦਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਟੋਟਲ ਤਾਂ ਰੋਜ਼ਾਨਾ 15 ਤੋਂ 20 ਕੁਇੰਟਲ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਆ ਪਰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰਾਂ 3
What is a quintal? I don't know what a quintal is.
ਤੋਂ 4 ਕੁਇੰਟਲ ਇੱਕ ਕੜਾਈ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਣਦੀ ਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ
I'm a chef. I fucking love cooking and making cocktails for people. I don't like working out how much we can make on each dish or turning tables at speed. That's the fucked up bit about it. You're right. You're absolutely right. Like, when I first started working in restaurants, that was the first thing that hit me. I was like, how do chefs enjoy this job? Why do things like the F word exist? Why do people want to be the next Gordon Ramsay? Why would you want to do that? You know? Either 100 pound or 100 kilo. Whoa, what the fuck? That's a lot. But yeah, that's it really, isn't it? It's like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to like cook for profit? What you want to do is you want to like cook for the joy of cooking for people. Like, I'm like that too. Like, I'm no chef, but I'm a cook for sure. I love cooking for people. I love making stuff that people really enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, I love seeing them eat it and enjoy it. It gives me, like, fulfillment in my soul, right? And this is something that, like, neoliberal and free market nerds don't understand. Like, you know? Hey, Lyra, what's going on? Yeah, oh, yeah, we're doing some clowning today. Yeah, you better believe it. 100%. When you worked at a pub, the chefs were miserable as fuck, and I don't blame them. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked. It's exactly like that. That's exactly the problem. Also, I like how capitalists present it as if people don't want to work, like as if they've never been unemployed, or even a student bored out of their mind during summer break. People want to do things, just not be crushed and forced to do so. That's it. That is absolutely it. Also, hi, Nakalida. And can I get some love in the chat for Lyra and friends? Let's get some love for them. I want to see your love emotes, whatever love emotes you got, even if it's the standard love heart from Twitch, you know. Let's get some support for our peeps in the chat. When you've had a shit day, we want to tell you that we love you and we support you.
3 ਤੋਂ 4 ਘੰਟੇ ਬਣਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੱਗਦੇ
If you've never heard the term quintal before, it's 100 kilograms.
It just told
that's
us.
a total of 2,000 kilos, or 2 tons of dal per day.
2 tons of dal per day. I fucking love dal and all.
1 ਕੁਇੰਟਲ ਦਾਲ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਤੇ 4 ਕੁਇੰਟਲ ਪਾਣੀ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਆ 25 ਕਿਲੋ ਪਿਆਜ਼ 10 ਕਿਲੋ ਦੇਸੀ ਘਿਓ 4 ਕਿਲੋ ਮਿਰਚ 4 ਕਿਲੋ ਮਸਾਲਾ 4 ਕਿਲੋ ਹਰੀ ਮਿਰਚ 1.5 ਕਿਲੋ ਹਲਦੀ ਤੇ 5 ਕਿਲੋ ਤੇਲ ਸਰੋਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ
That's over 375 kilos of onions and 100 kilos of spices.
It looks so good, this shit too, yeah.
Just for the dal. To make it, chana dal or split chickpeas and urad dal or black lentils are mixed together and repeatedly washed.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're then moved into even larger bats and mixed with the onions, spices, salt, and ghee, a clarified butter, and cooked together.
Yeah, do they at least let half of it rot while people go hungry? Why aren't they doing that? Why wouldn't they do that?
$5,000 a day on ghee alone. And it's not just the dal. Each day, the kitchen offers the lentils.
Okay, since we're talking about this chat, I really want to see like what the comments are saying. Like everybody's buzzing. Everybody's buzzing about it. Who are the ones disliking such a beautiful act of humanity? Okay, this has got 45 replies. Are you ready, chat? What the fuck? What? Just racism straight away. Chinese. Just racism. Spoiled teens wondering why they can't... Why can't they just cook for themselves? What? Trump voters is right. Absolutely. This is the epitome of humanity. Look at this shit. This is a great comment. This is the epitome of humanity. I feel blessed to have witnessed this. That's rad. Brought me to tears. That's good. You know, and I do want to point out that like a lot of people are saying like, I'm so glad to have Sikh friends in my life. This explains why they are so wholehearted and selfless. Right. It's I don't know how good, I don't know how non-problematic that is to just be like every Sikh is a good person, because it isn't like, I don't think Modi's a Sikh, is he? Modi's Hindu, isn't he? But like there's like the caste system in India and stuff. Anyway, listen. Regardless, like these are just humans doing good shit, right? And I kind of like, the reason why I'm pointing this out is because it makes me a little like thinking like, you know, people are saying like, oh, Sikhs are such good people. You know, Christians could never be like this, or Muslims could never be like this, you know, or Jews could never be like this, like etc. etc. Like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting of that comment where it's just like, oh yeah, Sikhs are such nice people. They're so good. They're so good. They're so nice people. And it's like, well, yeah, you know, a lot of them, I'm sure they are, right? I'm sure a lot of them are. My abusive ex was a Sikh. Right, exactly, yeah. So, yeah, it's not good to stereotype. It's not good to stereotype anyone. Yeah, you can't just do that with a religious group. Right, exactly, yeah. But anyway, so like that's the point I'm trying to make, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. But like generally speaking, this is great. Like most people are really buzzing about this. I wish there were kitchens like this around the world. Like look at this. Okay, here's a fucking a more sort of enlightened view from Richard Myhan. Wow, that's amazing. I'm not Sikh, but I think I'd love to go and visit and spend a day volunteering in the kitchen. Like, this is what people have to remember, right? This is what people have to remember. It's not a Sikh thing. It's not an Islam thing. It's not a Jewish thing. It's not a Christian thing. It's not an atheist thing. This is a human thing. It is a human desire to want to, like, feed people, right? And I guess what you could argue is that, like, a lot of Sikh people live in the imperial periphery. This is a place where acts of charity are far more like necessary, right? I guess they are more necessary in a way, you know, because they get exploited by the imperial core. And so you're going to see a lot more of that in places in the imperial periphery. Like the other video that we saw about this was in Uzbekistan. You know, where they had a big kitchen like that. You know, you just don't see shit like this in the UK. The US, you know. Anyway, there was a point I was going to make there anyway. But it's good to see that so many people are sort of like buzzing about this and they support this and that this is a good idea. It's a good thing. Because, like, how can you sit there and be like, people are, you know, not willing to just do stuff for people because it's nice to do stuff when the evidence is to the contrary. There is so much evidence to the contrary. Hey, Cryogul, what's going on?
A vegetable dish, bread, kheer, rice, pickle, water, and tea. Kheer is a sweet pudding made of rice, milk, sugar,
oh,
and
hell yeah,
almonds
let's go.
boiled together. But one of the biggest demands on the kitchen is bread. Unlike the huge vats that can be made in bulk, each chapati needs to be rolled out separately before cooking. Once rolled,
making a bunch of chapatis is going to be such a pain in the ass.
each one is hand-coated in ghee to add flavor and keep it from drying out.
Yeah, they do, JMM. Yeah, they shut down all homeless kitchens in places like the UK and the US.
To keep up with demand, the work is split between machines and people cooking by hand. Producing the bread alone takes 10 tons of flour a day.
10 tons of flour a day. Again, just think about those numbers, chat, right? A ton is 1,000 kilos. 1,000 kilos. Isn't it? Or is it 10,000? I think it's 1,000 kilos, right? And again, think about that, about how we live in a post-scarcity world. Like, you know, in the previous video, it was the pasta. They make like enough pasta in 18 months to like feed the entire world. Absurd, right? Absolutely absurd. And just think about how much flour is coming into this kitchen per day, right? A ton is 1,000 kilogram. Yeah. They'll make it illegal to even give a homeless person a granola bar in the US. Right. Yeah. I would love it to be more widespread. Same. Yeah, the neoliberal governments can't let them exist. Yeah. The thing is, unlike the pasta, this is most likely all being ate. Yeah, that's true as well, Quill, because this is actually like a community kitchen. A fuck ton is 1,000 for kilograms. That's correct, yeah. That's all right, Survived. I know what you meant. With the rise of food banks, it could be wonderful if we as a country could go one further with a kitchen like this. You know what, Julia? I think that's a really astute observation. It's not something that I'd even considered before. You've got to ask yourself, what would it take to turn a food bank into a community kitchen? Right? Lots of food banks are organized by activists. You know, they take donations. Now, how could we change that for the better? How could we change that for the better? That's a really good point.
ਇਹ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ 5 ਮਸ਼ੀਨਾਂ ਨੇ 4 ਤੋਂ 5000 ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ 1 ਘੰਟੇ 'ਚ ਕੱਢ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਆ ਜੋ ਵੱਡੀ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ 7 ਤੋਂ 8
Like, yeah, it sucks that food banks exist, right? But the fact that they exist is a response to the government, right? A food bank is a community kitchen that the community isn't engaging with. Right. Right. Now we're thinking, chat. Now we're fucking thinking. Right? That's really got my brain going. That's really got my fucking brain going.
ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ 1 ਘੰਟੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ
Like, it sucks that food banks exist. Right? And we shouldn't have them in our world. Right? In the imperial core. But they do exist. They are a response to the cost of living crisis. And how easy would it be to turn it into a community kitchen? Hey Tejan, additional liabilities on kitchens, etc. Yeah, but how much? How much of that is there? Like, does anyone know? Does anyone know, like, what it would take? Like, that's why I'm asking the question. What would it take to turn that into a community kitchen? I work in multiple departments at a grocery store, and I basically spend all day thinking how easy it would be just to make a communal kitchen. Right. Yeah, encourage your neighbors to get involved. Grow shit. Yeah. Phenomenal ideas. You know? Remember the last time we did a stream like this, chat, where we were all talking about, like, sharing ideas and coming up with ideas about how to, like, live on the proverbial commune, right? This is why I like doing streams like this, because you all impress me. You all are smart as fuck.
1 ਘੰਟੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ 15 ਤੋਂ 17000 ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੁਲਾਜ਼ਮ ਵੀ ਰੱਖੇ ਨੇ
So people are even hired to work here, right?
ਬਾਕੀ ਵਲੰਟੀਅਰ ਵੀ ਕਾਫੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਦਿਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਲੋਹਾ ਤੇ ਮਸ਼ੀਨਾਂ ਚੱਲਦੀਆਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਸ਼ੀਨਾਂ ਤੇ 11 ਤੋਂ 12000 ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ 1 ਘੰਟੇ 'ਚ ਪੱਕਦਾ
11,000 to 12,000 chapatis. I can't even imagine that many chapatis. There's not even that many chapatis in this picture. Like, that's so many chapatis.
ਤੋਂ 6000 ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ 1 ਘੰਟੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ
And to keep this operation running...
So much waste from supermarkets, yeah. Have you heard of the National Food Service? It sounds similar to what you're talking about. Hey, Confero. So the National Food Service is, like, as far as I know, an idea from Jeremy Corbyn. And I don't know if it's, like, an actual organization that exists at the minute. But, you know, and this sounds ridiculous, chat, but this is the kind of way that your brain changes when you start getting involved in activism in the UK, right? I actually wouldn't be surprised if it already exists, because there is a lot of base stuff going on in the UK at the minute. Found out about this today. This is a housing cooperative in Longsight in Manchester, right? New Longsight Housing Cooperative is a tenant-led organisation registered in 1982. We currently own 85 properties, the majority of which are in Longsight and Levenshulme, Manchester. New Longsight originally secured funding from the local authority and then from the housing corporation to buy houses that were marked for demolition by the council. The aim is to provide housing for local people, in particular single-parent families, people with disabilities, the elderly, and homeless people. That fucking rocks. This fucking rocks. This is a response. This is, again, a response to, you know, the housing crisis. In 1982, this was started. Right? There's a lot of fucking dope shit going on in the UK. There's a project in Bristol. Well, there you go, yeah. Hey, Heltapay, what's going on? Welcome. Greetings from Hollywood. Well, check you out, movie star. Check you out. Housing co-ops are growing too in the USA. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Chat, like, you know, this is what happens when you, like, fight the doom pill on a daily basis. You start learning about shit like this. You start learning about shit like this. All the cool shit is apparently in Manchester. No. That's just because you just hear that from me. You just hear that from me. There's shit like this happening in Bristol, in London, in Birmingham, all over the UK. It's not just in Manchester. There is some good stuff here, but, you know, that's what you got to remember. No, it's fine. Like, I'm not having a go at you for saying that. Like, don't worry about it. But, yeah, you know. Anyway, it's just good to think about, right? Even the stuff you didn't know about was happening in Manchester. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I did say all the cool shit, I did, yeah. Hey, Rob, what's going on? Welcome in, mate. Yeah, it's just so good, honestly.
Smoothly, it takes a lot of volunteers.
ਸਾਡੇ ਪਾਸ ਲੰਗਰ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਪੱਕੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ 300 ਤੋਂ 350 ਮੁਲਾਜ਼ਮ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਲੰਗਰ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੋਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਰੁਟੀਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ।
This selfless service is an important part of Sikhism. Sevadars, or religious volunteers, are key to keeping this operation running daily.
See, it really sucks, right? Because it's like, when white people hear that, they're going to be like, oh, right, the Sikhs do it. It's like a religious thing. I don't need to do it. Right? What they're missing out in this whole thing is that, like, the reason that this is probably part of Sikhism is because Sikhism is probably, like most religions, like most major religions, based on love and empathy for your fellow human being. Right? And the reason that a lot of people abandon religion nowadays is because they see the way that people use religion to further their own gains, like Christian nationalists, you know, radical, you know, Muslim extremists like ISIS, you know, and shit like that. It's, you know, and it's just so bad that is kind of like the way. Oh, not to mention like the Catholic Church's pedophilia, right? You know, these people who have used religions to get their own ends in the world have literally just been like pushing people away from the idea that we need to help and love each other, right? It's probably also a way of ensuring food safety, like a lot of religious food laws. I don't know what that means, Sage, and I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, these mystical foreigners are blessed with noble empathy. If only we were not so inherently corrupt. Alas. Right, this is it. This is the absurd fucking shit that you hear from, like, you know, just libs, really. Speaking of activism, I posted in the Discord about disabled people protesting the cuts that the RMB are doing strikes. Wait, what? Protesting the cuts that the RMB are doing the strikes about. And can't help but see the overlap together. You know, listen, like, I think you mean the RMT, right? The RMT? We're all interconnected, chat. That's what intersectionality is about, right? A variation on the world is static and nobody can ever change brainworm. Yeah. Right.
From peeling and chopping vegetables and even donating food to serving and cleaning, almost everything is volunteer run.
And you
know, neolibs will look at this and they'll be like, oh, they're forced to do it. You know, they're forced to do it because of their religion. They have to do it. Otherwise, they won't go to heaven. This is like their version of praying. That's what neolibs will say about this, you know? A lot of religious food laws come from food safety reasons, so some religions avoided foods that couldn't stay safe. Oh, okay, right. A communal kitchen has improved food safety if people are all involved because they learn young and everybody knows what's good and bad. Ah, okay, right. I understand. Yeah. Keep trying to word my thoughts, but all this is just too cool for my brain. Yeah, no worries, honestly. Like, you know. This shit fucks so hard.
ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਥਾਲੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਛਕ ਕੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਬਾਹਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੌਜੀਆਂ ਬਣਾਈਆਂ ਇੱਕ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਸੈਪਰੇਟ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰੱਖ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਵਲੰਟੀਅਰ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ
The thing is, chat, is what we have to do, right? Because at the end of the day, whether you look at this from a religious perspective or not, what you have to do is remind people that just like the act of giving, the act of like helping and feeding another human being is incredibly rewarding, like spiritually, whether you believe there's a soul or not, whether you think that spirituality is just like, you know, a bunch of complex neurons that make you the personality that you are, or whether you believe that there's actually a soul, like this shit is good for the soul. It is. Whatever you think the soul is, it gives you an amazing sense of well-being and goodness and fulfillment in your life, right? And so we kind of have to preach the religion of just being good to people. It's not really a religion. It's more an ideology, right? That is our ideology, communism and anarchism, right? And I guess anti-fascism goes alongside that. They're all connected, right? Gunman Master, hey, what's going on? I heard someone call it how the media managed to make people build up the barbed wire fences in our own minds. Exactly, yeah, exactly. Like, how many of us watch mainstream media in here? Like, I stay the fuck away from that shit. And I just kind of, like, do all my own research, but not in a conspiracy theory way. In, like, a leftist way. Right? And I imagine a lot of yous, like, come here for that reason, right? We've unplugged ourselves from this matrix that makes us make these barbed wires, right? Kind of watch CNN with morbid curiosity from time to time, yeah, but it's not like, it's not like a mainstay of your information diet, your content diet, right? You know, and I imagine a lot of people do the same for other content creators like Kara and Sophie, you know, all our leftist friends and shit like that. And it's like when you move away from that, you start to realize, like, oh my God, like, it is the Matrix. It actually is the Matrix. Living outside of it is hard, and it does sometimes kind of feel like you're in the Matrix and you're like fighting sentinels all the time, right? But goddamn, I'd much rather understand things from the way I understand things than what I was told, how I was told to understand things. Yeah. Hey Emmy, what's going on? Yes, no, it's in it, Vod.
Using metal trays keeps waste to a minimum, but it makes a lot of noise. The scale of the kitchen has been constantly expanding to accommodate more and more visitors each year. 20 years ago, the kitchen would use 3,500 kilos of flour per day, but now that number has tripled. It now costs over $4 million a year to keep the kitchen running, but with a constant stream of donations and support, the Langar has kept up with demand no matter the number of visitors.
That rocks. Yeah, they work so fucking fast as well. Well, that's the difference of production, right? When you volunteer to go and do something and you know that it feels good and you're doing a good thing, right? Your production is going to increase tenfold. It just will. That's how it works. You know, when I do like volunteer work for the Renters Union, I make sure it is, you know, I make sure that I am far more on point and productive with it than any other kind of work. You know? Yeah, there's no obligation for them to work to the point of exhaustion as well. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Something I hear a bit now and then, again, usually in indigenous spaces that I really love, is don't worry about making your ancestors' approval be a proud ancestor for future generations. Super paraphrasing, but I love it. I'm trying to figure out what that means. Don't worry about making your ancestors' approval be a proud ancestor for future generations. Oh. Right, don't worry about getting approval from your ancestors. Be a proud ancestor for future generations. Right. Yeah. That fucks. 100%. I think I know that that's what you mean. Yeah, I think that's what you're trying to say, innit? Brain soup. Yeah, don't worry about it. I know the score. Hey, Muncher Squirrel, what's going on? If you dig into the archive of any mainstream paper, you find homophobic lies. I don't trust any source I know has knowingly spread misinformation. Right. Exactly. You know, and not just homophobia. Like, you'll find every kind of fascism. Every kind of bigotry. You know? Like, if your dad sucks. Oh, yeah. Like, you know, like I tell my dad about, like, you know, I tell my dad about the video that I'm making at the moment, and he's like, oh, you can't do that, son. Bloody hell. Oh, you're gonna get stabbed. And I'm like, Dad, if I get stabbed for doing the right thing in this world, then actually I would want to be stabbed. I wouldn't want to live in this world anyway. That's just kind of part of it, right? You know what I mean? Like, if that is something that happens because I make videos telling people what's good in the world, then so be it. I'm not going to stop doing that through threat of, like, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, why are dads like that? Why are dads? I mean, he just cares, right? He just cares. But, you know, this is the stuff. That's also a kind of like neoliberal brain poisoning, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like they're like, oh, well, if you say stuff about like how the world is run, and if you like take on fascists, you'll get your head kicked in. And it's like, okay, so what? We just don't say anything then. We don't do anything. Just like let it happen. I don't think kids who watch slightly older kids debate each other are the people to track you down IRL. Right. I know. That too. It's so ridiculous. Hey, Beanie Gaby, what's going on? Parents are very dramatic. Yeah, they love being dramatic. Yeah, they love that shit. Said this to my family when they shouted at you for taking in cats even though I can't afford it. The right thing to do is help these animals. I'll happily go broke to have helped their lives. Yeah, for sure. You know. I guess as long as it doesn't start impacting on the animal's life itself, then that's fine, right? Because that's the main thing. Then you have to ask yourself, like, okay, am I doing this for the cats or am I doing this for me? Right? But I'm sure you've already thought that, and I'm sure your parents have already fucking grilled you on it. I don't want to be dad too, right? A balaclava teenager corners you in an alley to drop the tactical N-word. Chat, you know today, right? You know today, I went out to the shop. I got a burrito today to reward myself, yeah? To reward myself for the work that I've done. And on the way to the burrito joint, yeah? I saw a guy... I shit you not. I wish that I hadn't have been in, like, you know, my brain was just in like ADHD mode and I just wasn't like thinking. I was just like, I wish that my brain wasn't in that mode because I would have taken a picture of him, but he was actually just wearing like a Joker t-shirt. Like, not a Joker t-shirt, Joker hoodie, just like loads of different pictures of the Joker. You know, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. All over it. And I noticed he had like a Raycon container, and he was like fiddling with it and like getting really annoyed with it. And he also had like a bottle of pills. And I was like, what is that? And do you know what? I want to actually just like research that now, because on the bottle of pills was like a thing. It was called LA Muscle. LA Muscle, premium bodybuilding and sports nutrition. It was like a Hang Out shirt, but with the Joker, yeah. Okay, this seems sus as fuck. Oh no, oh no, oh no! Okay, chat, yeah, this is the, This is the place where he's getting his supplements from. LA Muscle. I don't even know like which one they would be. They sell like, you know, they sell like whey protein and shit. I mean, like, I imagine they probably sell like for like extortionate money. Right? Oh my god, is that Andrew Tate? Is that Andrew Tate? Is that Andrew Tate? Is this guy taking like Andrew Tate pills? Hold up. That's so funny if it was. That's so funny if it is. Andrew Tate, LA Muscle. The the guy. Listen, I don't like to make fun of people's appearance. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good thing to do. I'm not really. He did not look like the kind of guy. What's the best way that I can say this? He looked like an embarrassing motherfucker. Like he was an embarrassing motherfucker. Right? Like he just like he's obviously never been to the gym, and that's fine. That's fine, by the way. That's fine, but like, you know, people like that really care about that. Like they really, really care about that. I'm not saying he was overweight or anything like that, or underweight, but like he had like super skinny arms and shit, and you know, which is fine. Obviously that's fine, but like you can kind of tell that this is like the target audience for Andrew Tate. You know, like he wants to get big and ripped, and he wants to like get laid, and he's also Jokerified because he's wearing the Joker hoodie. You know. It was just extremely cursed. And the funny thing is, do you know how I know what was on the bottle, chat? Because when I came out of the burrito place, and I walked past the place where the guy was standing earlier, he'd like dropped his pills in his Raycon thing. His like little Raycon box. They were on the floor. And I was like, what is going on? And they were still full. It feels like Tate just sprung up out of nowhere. It's so scary. Yeah, but now he sprung down out of nowhere. So it's very funny. Apparently he still streams on Twitch, though. Chat. Another reason for you to sub off Twitch and give money directly to me, your boy, Donald Dr. Mule, via the sub off Twitch link in the chat that Vord has so kindly shoved in there. But yeah, Tate's speech isn't against terms of service, I guess. I mean, have you seen XQC? You know. Dr. Jonathan Mule. God damn it. Anyway. Let's move on. That was so weird. It's so weird that guy had like Andrew Tate pills. Okay, let's crack on with this.
ਕੁਝ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੀ ਆਵਾਜਾਈ ਇੰਨੀ ਵੱਧ ਗਈ ਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਹਾਲ ਦਾ ਵਿਸਥਾਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਿਆ। ਹੁਣ ਲੰਗਰ ਹਾਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ 2 ਹੋਰ ਹਾਲ ਬਣਾਏ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੀ ਵਾਧੀ ਕਰਕੇ, ਔਰ ਅੱਗੋਂ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੰਗਤ ਦਾ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਵਾਧਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ।
Look at all that fucking doll. That's so good. Oh, yes. I fucking love that, chat. If Tate tomorrow decided to become a Pokemon streamer, would we all die from the whiplash? How is that whiplash? Gamers are like famously Andrew Tate aligned. Famously Andrew Tate aligned gamers are. That would not be whiplash. That would be like extremely expected. I would not be surprised in the slightest if Andrew Tate became a gaming streamer tomorrow. Yeah, we're doing big kitchen. We're doing big batches. What else can we have a look at? What the fuck? English black ham? I've never heard this. I've never heard of this, and I don't want to watch it. In fact, I'm not gonna. Pokemon is not like Tate material. It's too cute and soft. Listen, Gumba Master, I don't know how you don't know the mental gymnastics that gamers will go through in order to defend their absurd, misogynist, bigoted ideas in their video games, right? You know about Bridget in Guilty Gear recently, and how like the studio officially was like, she is transgender, right? The studio was like, she is transgender. She's a transgender woman, right? And gamers are just like, no, no, she's not. No, no, no way. Nuh-uh. I've seen people who are honestly near to Nazi shit playing Animal Crossing. That's right. He would never play Pokemon. There's too many women in it. Considering how fucking mad he got at losing chess online, I can only imagine the rage you'll go through playing COD. Yeah, he's gonna burst a fucking gasket or some shit, you know? What I've learned from being online is that gamers are always cool and normal. Yeah. It's just fucking ridiculous. So a lot of people saying, nah, this is her realizing she's cis. What? Even though her storyline is basically being her finding out she's trans, not just cross-dressing. Right. Right. You know. God damn it. No, they don't mean that. You see, this is a weird mistranslation from Japanese that confirms... Yeah. They'll say shit like that. They'll say shit like that. Actually, it's a bad ending from the series that has never had a bad ending. And, yeah. Tate wouldn't play Metroid. He would never play Metroid. He would never play Metroid. But I can imagine him playing Pokemon, 100%. 1000%. You know? Fuck you, Mr. Potato Head's dick is canonically 18 inches long. Actually, no, I think Tate would play Metroid. I think he would play Super Metroid, because when you die, you get to see Samus in a bikini in the older ones, right? She just gets, like, kind of naked. Right, listen, what else are we going to check out, chat? What else are we going to watch here? There's so much that we could check out here. He would play Metroid and get seethingly mad that Samus is a woman. Yeah, when he finds out. He'll think that she's not a woman, and then he'll find out. Oh, God. Chat, does anyone else have, like, an absolutely absurd addiction to chocolate? I fell back into the chocolate pipeline. Kind of like, you know, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory the other day. The other week, actually. And, oh, boy. It is just so hard to break. I'm thinking about getting chocolate now. Yeah, like Augustus Gloop, yeah. Yeah. Visions of sticking a suction-based monster dildo to a Mr. Potato Head to own the lips. Kiri, you should do it. Kiri, you should do it. Right, it's so rough. I've been slowly making my way through a pot of dark chocolate, which I'm pretty sure is expired cooking chocolate. Still eating it? Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Why is chocolate so addictive? It's so bad. You know what I was doing, chat? And it's really bad because I prided myself recently on like cutting out dairy and like a lot of red meat. I've still not eaten red meat, but fell back into the dairy pipeline with chocolate. I was eating a big Milky bar and a big dairy milk bar, right? You know, the ones that are like £1 each. So it's just £2. So it's like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. But it adds up. You do that 5 days in a run, that's a tenner. Right? And I did that all week last week. It was so bad. No idea why. Just one day, my brain was like, chocolate. Remember chocolate? You know how you gave up chocolate? Do you remember that? I think what it is I think I need to have like dark chocolate in the house. I need to have dark chocolate in the house so I could just, if I need chocolate, I could just go to the dark chocolate. It's not got dairy in it. It's fine. It's good. It's tasty. Right? But listen, I'm back on the grapes and the nuts this week. I'm back on it. God, you see, now we've got into like the realm of like meat and stuff in these videos. Like, I don't really want to see like stuff with meat. I'm kind of done with meat, you know? Kind of want to see some just like general. Like if it's big batches and it's got meat in it, then fair enough. But like, where are the big batches? I want to see more of the big batches. What was that one that we saw before the paella? We've entered the meat zone. That's the name of my sex tape. Where's the big? I've eaten so many goddamn pistachio this past month and I need more. That shit's great for bodybuilding, Kiri. I know you're going the gym at the moment, but pistachios are full of protein and good fat. Really, really good fat. Paella was at the start. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think it was way up here. Big batches. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Over 160.
Okay, there's a bunch of meat in this, but like let's just pretend it doesn't have meat. No more rods of clown meat on this stream, I guess. Oh god, no. My biggest worry with nuts is that all the cheap ones are salted to all hell. Yeah, Nakalita, that shit sucks. You don't need all that salt. All that salt is so bad. Gotta go for the 85% dark chocolate. Yeah, that shit's the one. 70% is enough. As long as it doesn't have dairy in it, it's fine, you know? Right, okay, we're back in. We're back in.
60 kilograms of meat, vegetables, and rice.
Yeah, you know what I get, chat? I get cashew nuts. Cashew nuts instead of pistachios, because pistachios are expensive. And there's like an added amount of labor that you have to do in deshelling them and shit, you know?
Go into this massive pan to make one of the biggest paellas in Spain. But this paella is just half of what Vicente Martinez and his team are making for Queza, Valencia's festival of the reserve. At the end of the day,
paella now, yeah,
paellas will feed more than 1,000 people, all for free. But the size of this paella isn't the
only. You only go to OnlyFans for your clown meat? Oh no.
It has a unique ingredient that makes this paella.
All right, Lyra, thank you for being here, lovely. Have a good night.
What does it take to make paella in such big batches?
Big batches. Cashews are your favorite food? Yeah, they rock at it.
Llevo más de 30 años
yeah, cashews fuck.
A cocinar paellas gigantes por todo el mundo. Soy Vicente Martínez y estamos cocinando aquí una
Spanish Glinner? Why is Glinner making paella in Spain? I'm just joking. This guy's far more attractive than Glinner. He's just got big Glinner energy.
Paella de 1,400 raciones para las fiestas populares.
Oh my god, I can't unsee it. I literally can't unsee it.
Pueblo de Queza.
This is known as the Festival of the Reserve.
Yeah, cashews are good for vegan cheese, yeah.
On the morning of the festival, Vicente and his crew offload and wheel two 2.35-meter paella pans into the town square.
Deshelling pistachios is like having a bunch of mini loot boxes. What are these pistachios that you're getting that have like things that aren't pistachios in? What?
When the pans are secure, they get to cooking.
Cashews are lovely, but I stopped eating them after reading about the way folk who harvest them are treated. Yeah, you'll have to teach me some more about that.
Y ya luego se prende fuego y la carne para sofreírla.
You're getting bad ones, Monsieur Squirrel, yeah.
Is cooked with 8.5 liters of olive oil, 75 kilos of chicken.
8.5 liters of olive oil. Actually, I just had like a fucking palpitation thinking about that. Like, that's so much oil, but like obviously it's spread across like a bunch of people, right? God damn it. A friend's father is from Spain. He would host paella parties for his neighborhood. It was delicious. Yeah, paella fucks really, really hard. I love paella so much. Me opening my 2036 pistachio, shocked that it contains yet another pistachio, yeah. He's branching out from carbonara for one. That's right, Shafiq, yeah.
And 30 kilos of rabbit.
Pues estamos sofriendo la carne.
You had a fully closed pistachio in the bag yesterday. See, that's the shit that annoys me. That's the shit that annoys me about pistachios, is that sometimes you'll get one that is just closed. And it's like, fucking hell. How are you supposed to do that? How are you supposed to deal with that?
Se sofríe en el centro y luego vamos cambiándola, así se sofríe toda la carne perfecta.
Okay, it's absolutely fucking with me that they've not put any like seasoning on this chicken yet. Like, why have they not put like garlic, salt, pepper, herbs? Why have they not done that? Is that not what you do in paella? I thought that's what you do. They're just browning it first?
When the meat is done, 40 kilos of frozen green beans, butter
rendering
beans,
out the fat.
and white beans are added into the mix.
Ooh, there's the
with
beans.
5 kilos of snails.
Snails? Oh no!
los ingredientes que se utilizan son los típicos de Valencia, de la huerta de Valencia. El pollo, el conejo y las verduras son típicas de Valencia. En cada zona se guisa de una manera.
Ruined.
Pero la base siempre es el conejo y la
Absolutely ruined.
la judía verde y el garrofón.
Nothing wrong with snails. There is everything wrong with snails. Everything wrong with snails. Listen, you lot enjoy this. You lot enjoy this. Enjoy it. I will not be watching anymore.
Once everything is mixed together,
Mollusks.
135 liters of water are added into the pan.
I'm not squeamish. I'm not squeamish. I just legitimately hate snails. Not just snail, like any kind of mollusk. Any kind, it's a literal phobia. Squids, sea cucumbers, snails, slugs, what else? I don't know. Yeah, it's a phobia. I'm not squeamish.
Lo que te lleva un poco.
JMM says not vegan. Yeah, you know what? I wasn't convinced when they were like frying all the chicken in the pan. I thought like, oh, this could still be vegan with like the thousands of chicken legs in the pan. But when they added the snails, that was when it clicked in my mind that this was not vegan.
Si tú quieres, es el agua. La cantidad de agua es lo que te puede llevar un poco más loco, porque como trabajamos con leña, la leña.
Also, hi Grub.
De si está más seca, más húmeda.
Hey Carbuncle, what's going on?
Más rápido, menos rápido.
After the water has been added, 60 kilos of a local medium-grained rice called arroz
hi, Thoristar.
redondo is tossed into the mix. Cooking with wood means that the water and fire...
Yeah, like, okay, so mussels and clams, like, I do not like them, and I will not touch them. I do not want to touch them, right? But they're less worrying to me than snails because they can't move, right? It's like a sliding scale of, like, what upsets me more. Squids and octopuses are the worst because they are literally, like, rapid. Even on land, octopuses could literally just, like, walk over land. That fucking scares the shit out of me. Squids, obviously, in water, you're fucked. What else? But, you know, slugs, they're slower, obviously. Slugs and snails are slower. So that's not too bad. But, like, certainly, like, mussels, clams, they can't move. They can't move. Sea anemones, yeah, don't want to touch them, but, like, bleh. Mussels move and swim when they're larvae. Yeah, but I can't see them then. Can't see them. I'm always fascinated when people have phobias like yours. And then I remember I have a phobia of potato salad. Right, there you go. You know, shit happens. People have phobias of clowns. You know. He looks like the mouse from Ratatouille. Who? This guy? This guy? This guy? Never judge a phobia or have a phobia of stickers. You just can't explain it, right? You just can't explain it. It's ridiculous. I hate how the deeper in the ocean you go, everything just stops having bones. Right, I just can't stand it.
Fire need to be constantly monitored.
Octopuses are separate to mollusks, but I do get your feeling they're similar. Right, yeah, but what, I don't know what I'd call it then. Slug bites can be horrendous. Stop it. What are you fucking talking about? Slug bite. What do you mean a slug bite? They can't bite you, surely. Shut up. What are you talking about, a slug bite? Fuck off. You're just fucking with me now. Slug bites are not as dangerous as you would think. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, I don't even want to look at him. I don't even want to look at him. Slugs do not bite in a traditional way. They use a ribbon-like organ to scrape rocks and other surfaces, which could include human skin. Slug bites are not as dangerous as you would think. I will never have one because I will never pick up a slug so it can bite me. Yeah, you could eat. Listen. If you eat a slug, you can fucking die. Did anyone hear about that? Hold up, let me see if I can find it. I got told this on Sunday. This thing. This is fucking nuts. Oh, that's not right. Right. Sam Ballard, a rugby player, swallowed a slug for a dare. The young rugby player from Sydney was a larrikin, a rough and tumble free spirit, his mother said. When the creature crawled across the table at a party in 2010, his buddies dared him to eat it. Her son accepted the challenge. 20-year-old boys, red wine, alcohol, sitting at some mate's table. Slug goes on the table. Someone banters about a dare. Boys will be boys. After swallowing the slug, Ballard contracted a rat lungworm, a parasitic worm that lives in rodents and can be passed on to snails and slugs. Those gastropods can then transmit the worm to humans. In an unusual and tragic turn, the parasite infested Ballard's brain and put him into a coma for more than a year, leaving him paralyzed, and killed him. True, it is an Australian slug. True. Starmist, I have seen the movie Slugs. I've not just heard of the movie Slugs. I've seen the movie Slugs. Yeah, don't just eat random animals. Like, so stupid. You know, so bad. Oh, God. So bad. We get slugs in the house. We have to be meticulous about getting rid of them. They'll kill the cat if she eats them. Yes, never ever let your dogs eat or animals like eat slugs. So bad. Hey Mark, what's going on? Yeah, lungworm is the one that kills dogs a lot. Yeah. Did your phobia occur before or after that? What, the film? No, like since I was a kid. I've just hated slugs so much. They used to be all over my grandma's conservatory. Just they'd squeeze in through gaps in the door, and they'd just be all over the place. So bad, so bad. But the film Slugs is not scary. It's fucking funny as fuck. It's horrible to like watch all the slugs and that, like the footage of slugs like all slithering all over each other. That's horrible. But the movie itself is funny as fuck. I love terrible movies, especially if they're like horror movies. Oh my god, chat. Oh my god, I watched a film this weekend with my partner called The Unwilling. Right? It's on Amazon Prime. I'm thinking about making a video about it because it is one of the worst representations of OCD and agoraphobia I've ever seen in my entire life. It's so bad. Not only is it like a bad film, but it's also like extremely ableist, extremely sanist. I just genuinely can't believe it. Like there's at one point there's like a character that speaks to the character with OCD like he's like a baby. It's just so bad. It's so bad, honestly. Anyway, bit of a stun lock there. Slug stun lock, a slug lock if you will. But we're back to the paella now.
So that the rice doesn't burn.
Es un plato bastante difícil de cocinar para la gente que no lo ha hecho nunca, sobre todo porque se hace a leña. De hecho, verás que muchos chefs rehuyen de cocinar arroz.
In Spain, bomba, albufera and redondo rice are commonly used because they can absorb more liquid and flavor than regular rice without
kind of like risotto rice.
Pues la paella, como se dice ahora, es una explosión de sabores, carnes, de verduras, el arroz absorbe esos sabores y es una delicia.
Wait, what? Some slugs have venomous mucus like the frigs in jungles. What do you mean frigs? What's a frig?
Paella pans.
Oh, frogs. You're on about frogs. Yeah, okay.
Come in several diameters, but the general shape is always wide, shallow and round with sloping edges. This shape is important because it helps the rice cook evenly in a single layer.
Cada vez el arroz está más reposado y mejor.
Oh yeah, paella is like famously greasy, yeah.
Paellas al final.
And many Spaniards agree.
Corraos es esa parte de arroz que se pega un poquito entre la paella y el arroz que está así. Y eso lo rascas un poquito y queda de muerte con el resto de arroz.
She looks like my nana.
While everyone enjoys paella, the exact ingredients for what constitutes a true paella is still hotly debated.
Yeah, that's literally what Kiri said when she came into the chat earlier. She was like, real paella is chicken, not seafood, but seafood's still good. Fucking paella Andy's in the chat.
A ver, hay arroces y paellas. Paella es la valenciana. Punto.
While the festival is full of joy and celebration today, the origins of its birth are much darker.
Oh no.
In 1690, Quesa experienced a devastating outbreak of the bubonic plague, which left only a few members of a single family alive. Resilient, the surviving family gave shelter and food to anyone who moved back to Quesa.
Para conmemorar ese hecho de que la gente volvió a nuestro pueblo y que esa volvió a nacer, pues símbolo de nuestra hospitalidad como pueblo, pues hacemos 2 paellas gigantes y bueno, y entregamos el panecillo para repartir a todo el mundo que quiera venir a visitarnos.
I don't want to side stunlock the chat too much, but my friend's frog is like you, Mule. He's afraid of the waxworms he gets for dinner. Sometimes poor little guy is on a cricket-only diet. What are waxworms? Oh, you mean mealworms? I don't care about them. I don't care about them. You're lucky that I'm not Valencian, otherwise you'd be hearing my paella takes if that were the case. Right. Yeah, I don't care about these boys. I don't care about, what, like maggots, waxworms, like whatever, who cares? Like, they don't scare me. Yeah, what kind of frog is it? Poor frog baby, yeah. Little frog fella.
Paella
These are basically
is
just
thought to have
maggots,
come from
aren't they?
farm workers in Valencia,
Standard
who
maggots.
used shallow pans to cook rice over wood fires and added in ingredients they could forage or hunt to create a cheap but filling one-dish lunch. Over time, the elites of Spain started to enjoy paella for weekday lunches, and it became more popular.
Nickname them yuckworms.
And while
You hate all the
paella
little
is now
wriggly
recognized
ones?
as a traditionally Spanish dish, it wouldn't be what it is today without the introduction of rice by the Moors in the 12th century. Since then, paella has taken on many iterations across Spain, but the classic ingredients of rice, rabbit, snails, and beans remain integral for
Oh, just the snails, man. Like, oh, God.
Estas personas que nos hacen unas paellas increíbles, de buenas y de sabrosas y abundantes, de todo.
Pues para mí la paella significa el mejor plato que se puede comer una persona. Yo llevo más
You would say that, bro. You would say that.
de 30 años y no me he cansado de comer paella.
Mi parte preferida de este evento es que te puedes juntar con todos los colegas, con los padres y disfrutar de una buena comida junto a todos ellos.
Siempre te falta algo para decir esta paella es de 10. Puedes decir es de 9.
Snails are making you so hungry. What the hell? What's wrong with you?
Dios, nunca puedes decir que es la paella de 10.
Ah, that was ruined. That was ruined by the snails, gang. It was ruined by the snails. I'm so sad. I can't believe it. Anyway. What else do we got? What else do we got? That's the question.
This is the
Ran out of
largest
content,
food
chat.
kitchen in the world.
No more content.
Open 24 hours year-round, this food hall feeds 100,000.
What's happening? Oh my god. Sorry, that was so weird.
Biggest pasta factory.
Valencians say that we don't make paella. They say we make rice with things. What is it with that elitist crap, man? I hate that shit so much. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is what I wanted to watch today. So I saw this video like popped up in my like this video popped up in my suggested, in my recommended. And I immediately thought, like, what the fuck? Like, what is this about? Right? Now, the video's title is The Dangers of Dating in Colombia for Men, in brackets. Now, chat, what does that strike you as straight away? I will wear my flat cap. Thanks, half a laptop. What does that strike you as? The dangers of dating for men in Colombia. Is it manosphere content? That's what it sounds like, right? That is what it sounds like. Danger Will Robinson? What is that? Sounds like pickup artist, sex tourism, incel shit. Yep. I think you might be right. I don't know anything about this channel, this YouTube channel, or anything like that. The channel is called Life with David. I will hydrate. Thank you, Vord. I will. Yep, sounding pretty xenophobic. Sounding pretty xenophobic. So listen, we're gonna take a look at this. This is from this year. This is from March this year. But before we do, chat, I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick, and you should too. Take your meds, look after yourself, have a little stretch, you know, all that kind of business. And yeah, I'll be back real quick. There'll probably be transphobia in it too, do you reckon? Well, let's add that in there. Okay. All right, I'll be back. Back in a tick. Yeah, the scare quotes. It's so weird, right? All right. All right. What's going on, chat? Day 3, by the way, of vegan protein shakes. I've switched up from whey protein to vegan protein shakes. And I'm not gonna lie, it tastes like shit. Some of you might have seen my tweet about how America, for some reason, is hoarding all of the good protein, like all of the good tasting vegan protein shakes that are affordable. This is the only affordable one that I know. It's the My Protein stuff. And I'm getting used to it. It tastes like shit, but I'm getting used to it. Like, it's worth it for not, like, having this absurd... yeah, it's the pea protein. That's what does it. Satirical, yeah. But, like, the whey protein ones, they do have this, like, absurd synthetic taste that is just, like, not that good anyway. It can't be good for you. But I think the worst thing about the vegan ones is that you really have to fucking shake them up. Like, really have to do. Family member of yours has been using the My Protein. They claim to like it, but they've been using it a while. What flavor? What flavor did they get of the vegan? Because there's loads of different flavors. I've yet to find a vegan protein shake that doesn't have a farmyard aftertaste. I know. Okay, that's probably enough. I don't know. I hope so. Okay, there you go. Can you get Sun Warrior protein? Sun Warrior. I get that they help people and are super useful for loads of reasons, but I do not get protein shakes. Always choose food. Okay, so I think that all that's going on there, Rat Freak, is that you have like a large misunderstanding, as a lot of other people do, of what a protein shake is there for, right? A protein shake is not a meal replacement, and you should never look at it like that, because you'll never get the amount of nutrition that you're supposed to get from just a protein shake. I don't care if you use Huel or anything like that. You should be using protein shakes alongside a balanced diet as well, in order to like repair your muscles when you're bodybuilding and stuff. So yeah, people should not be like, when you say you do not get protein shakes, like, yeah, of course you don't, if that's the way you think about them. They're not supposed to be used like that. Yeah, it's a supplement, not a food. Hey Sorka, what's going on? Zadaka says, yo, just want to say I originally came here to watch you play Elden Ring, but have stuck around for your dope content. Your channel rocks. Oh, that is extremely kind, Zadakan. Thank you so much. And you've previously been subbed for a month as well. That is an extreme lurker. Extreme lurker. But welcome to the channel. What a wonderful first message to receive. Thank you so much for all the support. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the chat. The only time a protein shake is a meal replacement is if it's the best you could do due to, say, depression and such. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Sun Warrior protein. Can I get that? I can. Apparently I can, Mr. Dank. Sun Warrior UK. A bunch of people at work swap meals for Huel. Your suggestion makes more sense. Oh my god. I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that so much. You know why that is, don't you? That's fucking capitalism. That's capitalism right there. That is so fucking bad. I swear to God. Right, let's check out this protein powder. 375 grams, chocolate, 24 quid. Damn, this is a bit expensive, to be honest. How much is 750 grams? 40 quid? Damn, that's really expensive. Oh, fuck a duck. Yeah, I can't afford that shit, yo. Look, how much is the My Protein stuff? Let me find out how much the My Protein stuff is. Hold up. Vegan protein. Vegan protein blend. So I normally get like a kilo at a time. Or 2.5 kilo. Like 2.5 kilo is kind of what I need. It'll last me for like 3 months. And that's like 60 quid. I legit can't afford 750 grams at like £40. I just can't, do you know what I mean? At 44 quid. It's just way too expensive for me. But yeah, that's it. Had an aunt who was into the juice meal replacing. It was super concerning how it's marketing. Oh, what, that like juice shit? The pyramid scheme juice shit? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's probably why it tastes good, Mr. Dank. Yeah, because it's that expensive, yeah. Pretty sure the only time I've ever had a protein shake was when I was really in the mood for a drink coming out of the gym. They were at the vending machines. Yeah. Also, like, yeah, if you're working out your muscles, you should be having, like, more protein than what's in a balanced diet kind of thing, you know? And the only really real way that you can get that is with a protein shake, you know? Like, this here has, like, I think it's 21 grams of protein in, which is like, to put that into perspective, it's like a pack of sandwich meat. Do you know what I mean? It's like eating a full pack of sandwich meat or some shit. Anyway, listen, chat. We're not here to talk about vegan protein powder. We're here to talk about this guy and whatever the fuck he's talking about. The dangers of dating in Colombia for men? I don't know if this is a good title. What is this a good title? I don't know. Anyway, fuck it. We're rolling with it. This is the title of the video. And obviously the you know what? I'll just put that in quotation marks, right? I'll just put that in quotation marks. Because, like, you know, it's not my opinion. Man talks about dating in Colombia as a man. I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's just see what he's got to say, chat.
All right, guys, I want to talk to you about the dating dangers here in Colombia. I want to keep you all safe. I want to give you all the the most obvious red flags to look out for. Because there's been a lot of cases lately. I mean, it's been happening before, but it's picking up of foreigners coming to Colombia and not making it out of Colombia. They're basically dying. They're being killed, and it's very dangerous here in that situation. You can stay safe. There's ways to stay safe, and I'm going to tell you guys. First of all, check out this car.
What is this content, man? What is this content? He's like, you come to Colombia, you date a girl, you're just gonna get killed. You're gonna get killed. Like, okay, I feel like what he's gonna talk about is like gang shit. Like organized crime syndicates and stuff like that. I feel like that's what he's gonna talk about.
What kind of car is this?
But he's just like getting distracted by like a random car or whatever.
Hold on. A Rally 2, that's super cool, man. Ah, it's a 1204cc. I have no idea what that means.
That was like the most toxic masculine posturing I've ever seen in my entire life, right? Mugto ADHD. Like pretending to be interested in a car because like that is what men like. And then going like, what car is this? And then like looking at the numbers and be like, I don't know what it means. Like, just say it's a cool car, man. Like, who cares?
But it's pretty cool. Anyways, back to the topic. Let's keep you guys safe, man.
Wait, did he like walk towards the car and then walk back this? What is happening?
It's becoming an epidemic almost. So, first of all, rule number one. Remember this. Don't forget this. There is no hookup culture here in Colombia. It doesn't happen. It's not like your home country. I'm not sure where you're from. Let me know in the comments where you're from, and if you guys have a hookup culture. But I'm from the States, and there's a big hookup culture in the States. So what does that mean, hookup culture? You go to the bar, you know, you go by yourself or with some buddies, or friends, whatever. You meet a girl you never met before, you ever met before in your life. You approach her, you guys hit it off, and then by the end of the night, you guys go home together. One night stand, that kind of stuff. That doesn't happen here in Colombia. It's not
It never happens ever in Colombia. Is that true? Like, the only person that I know from Colombia is Juice, and I don't know if Juice is here today. You know, I don't look at who's in the chat or what have you, but like, and I don't want to call anybody out of lurk, but like, do Colombians just not get laid like that? Is that just not a thing that happens?
It's not part of the culture.
I mean, at the end of the day, right, that's kind of like a myth anyway. That shit doesn't really happen that often in the UK even. And people are always talking about that shit. It must be so bizarre to see one of these guys doing these rants in IRL. I would be fascinated. If I saw someone in the wild doing this. No offense, mate. It's just that it never happens to you. Yeah, also, what is this that's come up on the screen? Contact me for a Zoom consult? What do you mean a Zoom consult? Email in the description? What for, dude? What for? Hire me for a 1-hour Zoom consult. What for? What's he do? What does he do? I don't understand. Is it Spanish school? Online and in-person Spanish school? Oh, no, this is like a sponsor. I don't know what it is. He just consults. What is that? Hey, Robbie Bear. Yeah, shags just do not happen, yeah. He's a pickup artist grifter. I feel like that is absolutely what it's going to be. He just tells you how Colombians do not fuck, right? Proper jack-off grip lessons. I'm too embarrassed to be caught filming some videos in public, let alone having wild rants in public. I know, yeah. Oh my god, here we go, chat. Like, I really thought that this guy was gonna be talking about some actual shit. I thought it was gonna be a you know, a bait and switch, but it's not. He is just actually a pickup artist, isn't he? He is just actually, that is actually just what this is. You could tell because he's got one of, you know, right, cis-het men, yeah. They love to wear like a blue polo shirt. The next time you're out in public, just check out all the boys wearing like a blue polo shirt. Like, they love it so much. It's like a hive mind thing.
What is part of the culture, the dating culture is, or not the dating culture, what is part of the bar?
It's the boy color, yeah.
Is usually people go with friends. They go in groups, okay? Yes.
Everybody does that. Right, do you know what I think has happened here, chat? I think that this guy has tried his pickup artist shit that like maybe works in America because the police favor men in situations of like sexual assault and shit like that and harassment, right? Which is, for example, being a creepy pervert and going to a bar on your own with the express purpose of trying to find someone who will have sex with you, right? Or potentially that you could take advantage of because they're too drunk, all right? That's like what he's gonna be talking. That's like he's probably tried that, yeah? He's probably tried that in Colombia and had like the shit kicked out of him. You know? Right?
You can meet a girl there, for example. You go with some friends, you see a girl across the room, she's with her friends, you go walk up to her and you ask her to dance. Most of the time, if she's single, she's not with her boyfriend, the majority of the time she's gonna say yes to dance. that does not mean that she's into you. That does not mean that she's like, wow, you're super attractive. No, it's part.
It doesn't mean that she's into you anyway, dude. Like, if that happens in any other country where someone just like agrees to dance, they've just agreed to dance. I swear to God. I genuinely swear to God. This applies everywhere. You know?
For the culture, she's a nice person. They like dancing, and they'll dance with you.
That is what's happened. That is what's happened. That is what's happened. He's tried his creep fucking pickup artist, yeah? Shit. In Colombia, and he's had the shit kicked out of him. That's what's happened. I know it for a fact. Or like he's been like tied up, put in the back of a car, taken to like a gaff, and he's had a hood over his head, and like the brother of like a girl that he's like tried to sexually harass has like taken the hood off him and gone, oi, dickhead. You know what I mean?
But that doesn't mean that you can't shoot your shot. Give her a dance. Maybe dance for her again later on that night. Maybe try to talk to her while you're dancing, and then you get her number, her WhatsApp number, and then the next day you send her a message. You go out on a date with her, right? You take her, go for coffee or maybe.
This is like actual just regular dating advice. That's not this. This applies everywhere. This applies everywhere. This is how dating actually happens. This is so weird. He's behaving normally. I'm genuinely flummoxed. I'm actually flummoxed. This is so fucking funny.
For a beer in the late afternoon, and that's how you meet someone at a bar. You don't meet someone at a bar. And then you go home that same night. No, doesn't happen here.
I mean, like, you know, I wouldn't go out expecting that shit anyway. Women like it when you were normal. Shocking news, yeah.
Now, it can happen, but that's where the danger comes into play. That's where people get in trouble. And how does it work? Here's the game plan that they play. It's usually one or two girls, okay? One or two girls. They're by themselves. They're not with a group of people. When I say group, usually people go together, like 3, 4 or above. But it's one or two girls by themselves, and usually they'll be flirting with you from a distance, or they may even approach you and talk to you. Say, hey, are you a foreigner? You know, where are you from? Build a conversation. And you're thinking, man, I must be a stud here. These girls are coming up to me. Well,
what is happening, dude, right, is that your inflated ego, your toxic masculinity, which is like, you know, if a girl comes up to me, it means she wants to fuck me, right? What is happening is they're exploiting you for that, which is, all right, you know, problematic in its own sense. But the thing is that you should not be having that ego. You should not be having that toxically masculine idea that like women are sex objects and the only reason that they come up to you is for sex, right? If what he's gonna say is what I think he's gonna say, which is that they are gonna like take advantage of him and like get him drunk, or like maybe give him some datura, or like put something in his drink and then steal all of his shit, right? Then sorry, dude, I think that's like kind of like, well, you know, maybe you shouldn't have thought that you were gonna get laid. I don't know, like just be a bit, I don't know, right? It's just like fucking hell, come on. You know? It's so absurd.
There's a catch, right? Those girls, usually, if they're gonna go home with you, it's because of two reasons. It's because of two reasons. One, they're working and you got to pay for their time. Or
oh! Oh, dude, this is fucking brilliant. It's like, listen, what's gonna happen? is that you're gonna meet sex workers and they're gonna want money. And that's not good. Yeah, this guy got solicited and got mad. He got mad. Now I'm taking notes. What did you call that stuff? You should do consultations. Yeah, exactly. This is where you get the real Chad Vice. This is where you get the real Chad Vice in this stream. You know? That is so funny. That is so funny. 2 sex workers came up to him and were like, do you want to get laid, bro? And he was like, hell yeah, this is my dream come true. And then they were like, $50. And he went, oh no.
2, they're also working, but they're working to scam you and to rob you. And how
right, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Right? I literally knew it.
How does this work? How's their strategy? They work in 1 or 2. They spot the foreigner, and it's usually very easy to spot a foreigner the way they dress, foreigners dress.
Yeah, the way that you act, the way that you like go up to girls and like embarrass yourself and shit. You know?
Or just because they look like a foreigner. They're tall, blue eyes, blonde hair, whatever.
Are there no tall, blue-eyed, blonde-haired people in Colombia? Jesus Christ, I knew it. I fucking knew it, man. God damn it. Everybody in Colombia, 5'2", no taller than that. Brown eyes, you know?
And they approach that person. And they make it very obvious they want to go back to your place. Like they're really into you, that kind of stuff. But usually, they have accomplices who are usually men, not in the bar, but on the outside of the bar. And with WhatsApp, you guys don't know what WhatsApp is? It's a messaging thing. Facebook owns it. Everywhere in the world besides the States usually use it. But on WhatsApp, you can actually share your...
Wait, do people not have WhatsApp in the States? Do people not have WhatsApp in the States? Is that true? Now he's explaining pimps. Yeah, well, he's also gonna be explaining, you know, there are people that like scam people, right? There are people that like scam people and rob people and shit like that in scenarios like this. But he might be on about pimps. He might also be on about, you know, people who will like I say, put something in your drink, take you back to a hotel room, get your fucking passport and shit like that. You know, it's not like that shit doesn't happen. But it's like, I just don't know what dudes expect. Like, you know, I don't know. You need to keep your wits about you and shit. Just in general. Like, I would even say like in the States or in the UK or like anywhere in the Imperial Core. You know what I mean? All the foreigners come here getting people onto WhatsApp. You live in New York City. Right, okay. It's just way less popular. Right, okay. Gotcha.
Location.
You Snapchat
location.
more? Oh, I fucking hate Snapchat so much. I genuinely despise Snapchat. It is so shit.
So they'll share their live location with their accomplices, and those accomplices, those guys will follow, and then when the girls go back home, they'll ask you for a drink. Of course, you want to give them a drink. You want to get them, you know, in the mood, whatever.
I just hate that so much. Oh yeah, you want to give him a drink because you want to get him into the mood. Get him drunk because that's the only way they'll agree to have sex with you. Which is, by the way, sexual assault, right? You know?
And while you go off to the kitchen or to the bathroom or to wherever, when you turn your back, they're going to slip the drug into your drink. You drink
I knew it. This is not pre-watched, by the way. This is not pre-watched. This is like just advice that you could get if you like read the what's the something planet, like travel books that you get about certain countries or like just any country. Like you get like travel books. They're called like Wild Planet or Rough Planet or something like that. And it gives you all this kind of shit. Lonely Planet, that shit. You can learn this shit in a Lonely Planet book. This is like classic US, like idiot tourism. Like, I'm from the USA. I don't need to worry about fucking going to Colombia and I'm gonna be protected everywhere I go. Everybody loves the Americans, you know, shit like that. Like, you know, because like Americans just don't go outside of America. Like they just do not travel outside of America that often because it's not encouraged, you know. And so they go places like this and shit like this happens. And then they act surprised. It's like, oh my God, what the fuck, you know? God damn it. Because they didn't research the places that they went to, you know? So, you know, ridiculous. Yeah. If you want to give people drinks, like, you should only give it because you want people to feel like you're being nice to them, you know what I mean? It's one of them, basically. Getting spiked is awful and it's something cis men don't get taught about, but it's literally a risk anywhere. Absolutely, yeah. Can't go outside, it's dangerous out there with all the guns and whatnot. That's true. That is very true.
That drink, it's called scopolamina.
This is literally what I was talking about. Datura. Literally datura. Scopolamine. Like that is the like the powder that comes from the datura plant, and it is like it basically makes you like incredibly suggestible. Right? Makes you super suggestible. And people will be like, yo, you should just like empty your bank account and give it to me and you'll do it. Because the drug is like extremely powerful.
And this drug is dangerous. It's very bad. Look up Vice News did a documentary on scopolamina. It's a very dangerous drug. It basically turns you into a zombie. You do exactly what the people want you to do. And the next day you wake up, hopefully, and you won't remember anything that happened. Nothing. But the most dangerous thing about this drug is the girls giving the dose. They don't know how much to give. And many times, they overdose you.
Okay, this is fucking ridiculous, right? This is fucking ridiculous. This video came out this year in March, right? Do you know when Vice did that like documentary about scopolamine? They did it in like 2012, man. Like they did that shit in like 10 years ago. Right?
And that's when the people die. There's been many cases.
Like, and this motherfucker is out here like, oh yeah, you know, like I gotta say this because, you know, when you date in Colombia, this is a real thing that can happen. Dude, what you are talking about is not dating. You're talking about like pickup artistry.
Cases here, and it's going up. It's becoming almost epidemic of guys being found dead in their hotel room or their Airbnb.
Dude, no it isn't. No it isn't. Like, what are you on about, bro?
From overdose.
Like, do you think, right? Do you think that people doing this shit would not know how much to give you and like risk you dying and therefore being done with like a manslaughter or murder charge rather than just like nicking all your shit? Like, of course they're gonna know how much to give you. This is the most stupid shit. I'm not saying that people haven't died from it, but like legitimately what you are talking about is I think it is breaching into like xenophobic territory, you know, where it's like, oh, they don't know what they're doing. Like they're just going to like do whatever. Right. You know what I mean?
The scopolamine drug. And if you're not overdosed, it can actually do so much harm. It can make you handicapped, like mentally handicapped if you don't die. Right. So anyways.
I don't know about that. And also like, I don't know if it's okay to say handicap. Is handicap like an okay word? I don't think is that right? I'm trying to get in my like disabled shoes right now. Like, how do I feel about the word handicapped? Like, I don't know how I feel about it. Anyway.
Those girls with drug
like ableism, yeah.
Then they'll send a message to the guys who are waiting for them. They'll let the guys into the room. You're basically there. You're like a zombie. You don't know what's going on, but you're helping them with the whole situation. I even heard of guys being drugged and actually helping the thieves carry their stuff out of the apartment.
Yeah, I feel more strongly about this guy using it. Right, exactly, yeah.
So they get the
handicap is okay for specific circumstances only and generally not to refer to an actual person. That's kind of how I feel about it, yeah. That's kind of how I feel about it. Like, in context, as long as you're not, like, using it in, like, a hateful way, Yeah.
The guys basically come, they empty out your whole apartment, your laptop, everything you own, all your money, everything, they take it. And you wake up the next day, hopefully, and you've been robbed. Those are the dating dangers. This can happen also in the popular dating apps.
Yeah,
like
context
Tinder, for
sensitive,
example.
I
Tinder's
agree,
very
yeah.
bad. There's, of course, you can find good people on Tinder, normal people, but there's a lot of working girls on Tinder, and there's a lot of girls who do that kind of stuff on Tinder.
Has this man never been on Tinder in any other country? Has he never been in any other country ever? Because I'm telling you right now, that is something that happens to me on a regular basis. I literally have people like solicit me for sex like all the time. Right, exactly. From your time on Tinder in the UK, your only matches with sex workers. It's not unusual. Like, you're just making this like a Colombia thing when like the most of what he is saying is like a worldwide thing.
And when I say girls, it could be guys too. Guys do this too as well, of course. But here's the red flags. Here's what you gotta look out for. If you're talking to somebody on Tinder and they're being very loving with their words, like "oh mi amor," and very like flirtatious, very direct, like they want to, it's obvious that they want something from you. And
Robbie, listen, man, not okay to be like calling people whores. Like, sex worker is the term. You know what I mean? Sex worker is the term.
they ask to come to your place, or they're like, oh, we don't need to go out, let me just come over to your place, we can hang out, we can drink some beer, we can watch a TV movie. Or when you ask them to come over, because some dudes come over here and they're pretty stupid, and when they meet a girl on Tinder without even meeting them in person, they're asking them to come over to the apartment. And any good girl or normal girl will say no, because here in Colombia there's a history of being, here in Colombia is not very safe. It's not a safe country. There's a past, a history of,
I swear to God, this guy is literally just like, Colombia very bad, it's very unsafe, don't come here. Like, this is all xenophobia. It's all like US based posturing. Do you know what I mean? This is like extremely bad.
kidnapping,
extremely bad.
this and that, robbery, theft.
Oh, the past, the history, very bad. What do you mean, dude? Do you mean like the past of colonialism? Do you mean the past of like white settler colonialism that happened in the country? Is that what you're talking about?
Current history that happens as well, still happens. Not as much, but it still happens here. So no normal girl is gonna meet a guy on Tinder and then go and agree to go to their house without even meeting them in person in a normal public place.
Normal girl, again, like no normal girl is going to agree to come to your house. Okay, like here's my take on that, right? I wouldn't meet anyone just at my house, because it almost always results in like a bad time. Like, you don't know if you're going to get on with someone, right? Like, that's just kind of my take for everybody. Like, whether that's going to be like a potential romantic partner or potential sexual partner. Probably just like meet them somewhere like a park or a cafe or a pub or whatever, you know, first, just to gauge like what the script is. I know some people can do it, right? Some people can do it, but for me personally, that shit just doesn't work. Because if I'm sat there chatting with someone in my gaff, getting to know him, and all of a sudden they come out with like some absurd shit, like it's happened before. Like I've met like a guy, he's come to my house and just started like being ableist, and then I've been like, okay, you gotta go, mate. And then he's got arsey about it, and then like all of a sudden you've let like a guy in your place who's kicking off because you've rightfully said, okay, don't like what you're saying, please leave. Yeah. It's just not good. It's just not good. A neutral place, hallowed ground, right? Yeah.
So if that girl agrees.
My favorite Tinder date story is my friend who did go to someone's house for a second date. They quickly realized they didn't find each other sexually attractive and spent the rest of the night doing Lego. That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. I think going to someone's house for a second date is fine. Like, that's fine. Like, if you've already, like, you know, broke the ice and, like, figured out you like each other and shit like that. Like, that's all good. I like that. That's fine. You know?
Huge red flag. Huge red flag.
But I wouldn't say that it's like a red flag if someone wants to be, you know, if someone says, I want to have sex with you, that's the only thing I'm interested in, I want to meet you at your house. Like, it's not that much of a red flag. Like, some people want to do that. But me personally, I don't want to meet someone brand new at home. Yeah, exactly. Way more awkward to be like, get out of my home than being in public and saying, oh, I have to go. Right, exactly. If you're in public, you could just be like, all right, see you later. I'm done, bye. You know, you don't even have to explain. You could just be like, I'm going now, bye-bye. You pick up the bill. See you later. Right?
Then the whole setup starts, right? Same thing, dating apps. Those are the 2 red flags. There's no hookup cultures here. The majority of guys who, there's more risk, there's more advice I can give, but those are the 2 things that the majority of guys are getting in trouble, and they're ending up not making out of Colombia. They end up coming here and dying here.
I'm genuinely like so amused by this pickup artist who's like gone to another country and had his ass handed him, right? You know what I mean? And he's like, people are coming here and they're dying. People are coming here and they're dying. Guys are coming here and they're doing this and they're dying. It's horrific. It's horrific. Like, look at the way he's looking. Look at the way he's looking. He's like, this is some serious shit. This is the most serious shit I've ever had to consider in my entire life. And he's going to be offering people consultations. You know? He has chav vibes. What are you talking about? No, no, he doesn't. And B, what's wrong with that? He used to date women in Colombia, but then he took an arrow to the knee. Oh, he kind of does look like Piotr Coffin, doesn't he? Wow, that's funny. Maybe this is more of a gay thing, but there's venues to do that which aren't your house. What, you mean like the sauna? I mean, like, you know, kind of resent that as a bisexual guy. You know, I'm well aware of like gay things. I know about the sauna. The sauna. My dude has definitely got a swollen cheek he's tried to cover up. Do you think? Kind of looks like that.
Thank you for your work.
Andrea, thank you so much for the £10. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the £10. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Thank you so much for subbing off Twitch. Gang, we are literally 60 quid away from the August goal. I genuinely can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe it. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that.
It sucks, but hopefully this video can reach enough people to where save a few lives. I mean, I know there's some good guys out there who just think, oh, it's a hookup culture here too, and they end up being killed. So
just had an ADHD moment. I don't even remember, you know? I don't even remember like what I just said. I've got no idea. My brain is going like a million miles an hour.
No, think back. How can I say this? You definitely want to
Wait, chav is not an acronym. It's a backronym which was placed over it afterwards. Is that right? I did not know that. I did not know that.
A girl, like take a girl out on a normal date, like just how it was back in the day. You know, like your parents when they used to date.
So like what? So like what's the etymology? Because we never called them chavs. We never called like, you know, the stereotypical working class, you know, person. Chavs in, well, it wouldn't even be the stereotypical working class people. It would be like a certain set of scally, right? We call them scallies in Manchester, right? Scallies or scrotes. Scrotes is obvious because it's like a scrotum in it. Yeah, same in it, Yanshifim. Yeah, scallies. Yeah. Look at his right eye bag compared to the left. He definitely got lamped. Yeah, I think you might be right, you know. Don't have chavs in Scotland, we have Neds. Yeah, they're called Neds. Yeah. The official US State Department has a map of places Americans shouldn't travel. Colombia is on the level of the Republic of Congo and Chad. Only one level higher, which would be on the level of North Korea. Yeah, but like, again, like the US State Department is a piece of shit. Fuck the State Department, right? Chav comes from chava. Not sure where that comes from, but I've heard people in the Northeast say it before. Right, okay. Okay, right. Scally is from scallywag. Yeah, that's what that comes from, yeah. That's a pretty obvious one, innit? If you know a scallywag. Or even a rapscallion. Rapscallion, scallywag. You know. Don't know the actual etymology. I know when I was younger, people would say it was the acronym, and then later learned that it very much wasn't. Right, I'm with you. In my neck of the woods, they changed to townies or chavs around 2005 and 2007. Yeah, townies. Townies were different in Manchester. Townies were just like, actually, this guy would be a townie. Because a townie to us was just like generic person. Like no personality. That's what we called townies in Manchester. Just like, just a townie, innit? Like, no one cares.
You invite them out for coffee or for ice cream or for a beer, right?
Whoa, what's he on about now, parents? What are you talking about?
Take a girl out on a normal date, like just how it was back in the day. You know, like your parents, when they used to date, you invite them out for coffee or for ice cream or for a beer, right?
Why do people not, why do you think that people don't do that now?
Go on a date first and see if it's a normal, also those bad girls, if you say, hey, let's go get coffee, they're most likely they're gonna say no, because they don't want to waste time with you when there's so many other victims out there that they can prey on, right? There's so many guys who can fall for their scams. They can make
Neds are basically chavs, but a different flavor and more stereotyped as violent. Well, you know, I think like the conditions that caused the existence of scallies and chavs and Neds and all that, right, were probably so consistent around the UK that I imagine it was like exactly the same. Like, we got started on by scallies all the time when we were kids, but it was just because we looked different. And then that girl Sophie Lancaster got killed, innit? Around Manchester, somewhere near Manchester. You know, because she was a goth. And that was just the way it went down. That was just the way it went down. They did just like fighting. And, you know, listen, here's the thing, chat. Like, that is kind of what happens when you don't have any sports schemes or any community outlets, or like, you know, all of your needs aren't getting met with like your family and shit like that because the state is oppressing them and they're like in poverty. You know, you're going to want more outlets for like, you know, and fighting is a sport. It's not a sport, but it is a sport. Do you know what I mean? It's exercise, innit? Right? And it's also like a cathartic way of getting your anger out there as well, right? It also has it linked to Romani language, so maybe some classic racism. Well, on that, right, a lot of scallies used to get called, and I don't even know if I should say this, so I'm not going to say it, but there is like a P word that people use as a slur for the GRT community, like Romani and travelers, right? And a lot of scallies would be called that word as well, because it was kind of synonymous with the GRT community and just like people who are super working class. And, you know, shock horror, extremely working class people who are, you know, subjugated by the state are going to have a lot in common with other people who are, you know, English seems like 50% slurs. A lot of the words in our language have their etymology and roots in bigotry, racism, ableism. You know what I mean? The P word was and is also used as a verb for theft. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You know? So yeah, there you go. Little bit of a scally stun lock for you there. We've had a couple of stun locks today, and that's been pretty fun. But let's crack on with this video. Let's see the end of it. Let's see what this guy's final, thoughts are. Right.
That's their business. That's what they do for a living. They rob, they drug, and they rob. So that's one filter to keep yourself safe. Go on a normal date.
Go on a normal date to keep yourself safe. Forget the woman, by the way. Who cares about what she thinks? Just go on a normal date to keep you safe. Wow, isn't it funny the way that cis het men, right, immediately understand that, like, people should be having dates in, like, safe and normal environments when all of a sudden they are at threat in the normal places where they would, standardly try and sexually assault women. Isn't it funny how that happens, chat? Wow.
And if you want to just do a hookup and you're trying to, how can I say this?
He's trying to figure out what he wants to say, because he's trying to say, like, not a hookup, but, like, if you're trying to get laid, if you're trying to fuck someone and that's all you want,
If you're coming here just to do that kind of stuff, there's places for that kind of stuff. And if you want to stay 100% safe, go to those places, Don't lead good girls on just because you want to get your rocks off, whatever. Anyways, there you go.
No, that's just advice for everywhere. That's just advice. Should be just advice for everywhere. I hate this guy.
There's my advice on how to stay safe in dating dangers, because, again,
there's another video here. This is one of the hardest things to get done in Medellin, Colombia. What is he going to talk about here, do you think? What's his channel all about? I want to know what his channel is all about. Life with David. Stay tuned. Traveling, walking, talking, eating, and more. He's got a Patreon. What are the benefits? Oh, he's got 8 levels. £153 a month. How many he's got 27 patrons. What are his... I don't understand. What's his benefits? What are your tier benefits, dude? Hey, Thay, what's going on? Shafiq, can I get a shout out for Thay and Twilight? How you doing, Thay? What's going on? Want to be 100% safe? Don't leave your house without your head screwed on. That's right. Yeah, he's 2 steps away from getting it. Yeah. He's not worth hundreds of dollars for his consultancy. That's right. And hello, David. We've got a much better David. We've got a much better David in the chat today. Gang. $27. Thanks for the shout out for $27 as well. Appreciate that, Shafiq. Go follow our David. Hey, Minin, how you doing? What's up with these weirdly specific amounts? Listen, I don't know. Maybe it's conversion stuff. Oh my god, Toasty, thank you so much for the raid. All of a sudden, I'm just getting invaded by the Scots. Just like, one Scot comes in the chat. All of a sudden, we're getting flooded. I'm joking. I've got loads of Scots here anyway. Toasty, how was your fucking stream, mate? What's going on? Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, gang. If you don't know Toasty, don't know what you're doing with your life, please go and show us some love. Can I get a shout out for Toasty, please, Shafiq? Scotland moment. Toasty was doing some just chatting, which says to me that you might have been doing GeoGuessr or Sporkle or something like that. And I was there for Toasty's Sporkle stream last week. It was dead good. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed getting mad with the chat. at us getting stuff wrong. And yeah, it was very, very good. So welcome in everybody. If you're coming in from Toasty Stream and you don't know me, my name is djmuel. I'm a leftist political streamer. My pronouns are he, him. I'm basically at the moment, we're looking at this weird guy who basically was trying to tell us about the dangers of dating in Colombia for men. And the dangers of dating in Colombia for men was that, like, you know, you might get chinned if you're a fucking pervert, basically. That's the long and short of it. That's the long and short of it. Which should be just like across the board advice, right? It was advice for like every country, not Colombia. Some like weird like xenophobic shit attached to that. But yeah, you tried Saints Row. Yeah, like I've seen a lot of people get Saints Row today. Don't mind me, redhead, by the way. I've been wearing that flat cap for a while. But yeah, who else was I watching play? Nicotine was playing Saints Row earlier, I saw. Was it like a new Saints Row? I don't understand. Is it like Saints Row 5 or something? Or Saints Row 7? I don't know. Why is everyone playing it? Fill me in. Saints Row 1 is incredibly good, but Saints Row 2 is pretty good. Oh, Saints Row 1 is incredibly mid. We watched the... What was that, Gumba Master? We watched the trailer for Killer Clowns from Outer Space a few weeks ago. Maybe a month ago, yeah? Maybe a month ago. There's a game coming out based on that. No way. It was a reboot, which means it's a new game, apparently. Oh, okay. So they're getting streamers to play it because they know that the game can't, like, stand on its own morals. Sorry. Shouldn't be saying that. You don't have to agree to that, right? You don't have to agree to that. You don't have to agree with me, Toasty, just in case whoever sponsored you to do the stream. I don't know if you got sponsored. I don't know. But if someone sponsored you, you don't... That's my opinion, not Toasty's. If any Saints Row... If Saints Row, the dev of Saints Row is in chat. You loved that film growing up. I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space. There goes that sponsorship deal, mule. Does everyone know what happened with me and the Fortnite thing, by the way? Does everyone know? Like, you know, I was going on last week that I was gonna stream Fortnite. I was gonna have a gamer moment. So basically, I was gonna get paid 150 quid to stream Fortnite twice for 2 hours a time, right? And you didn't get it. You got a key. It genuinely was all right, just not my kind of thing. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. You did as well, David. I was going to have an overlay and encourage chat to spam Fortnite to make something weird happen on stream. That's right. You almost had Gamer Mule. TM, you did, yeah. You did. Yeah, well, watch that trailer, Middle-earth Marxist. Also, hello, how are you doing? Also, Drunk Irish Steve is here. Hello, how are you? Feel like they ruined Saints Row? Damn, that fucking sucks, honestly. Everybody's doing lines of nostalgia. But yeah, I was gonna get... you got the same offer. Yeah, if you're on Stream Elements and you've got like... I think like, what? Over like 40 CCV or something? Or maybe over like 20 average viewers or something? 20 concurrent viewers? You get like the offer, but like it changes in amount depending on how many viewers you get. Normally. So I was gonna get paid 150 quid and I ticked off a bunch of stuff and it said you've got 7 days to do this in. And I thought, brilliant, that's fine. But I didn't read the small print. So I was going to do it yesterday. And I went to sort it all out on Stream Elements. And it ran out. Yeah, they ran out of slots, David. I'm fucked. Absolutely fucked. Really could have done with that 150 quid. Because I'm having like 2 weeks off from next week. Really could have done with that. Chat. Yeah, it's a bit minging, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway. Right, listen, I've just had a big raid, so I'm going to have to do other stuff. I'm going to have to do another thing. Let's check out the fucking... Let's check out the Killer Clowns from Outer Space trailer. The game. Now, if you don't know this movie, what is it? Is it coulrophobia? Listen, if you've got coulrophobia, aka actual fear of clowns, legitimate fear of clowns, you're gonna want to tune out now, because Killer Clowns from Outer Space is a game that kind of plays on that. It does kind of play on like people's, you know, fear of clowns. Not in a problematic way, but just like, you know, some people are like legitimately scared of clowns, like they have a phobia, and some people are just like, clowns, which is more like me. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, just like, clowns, fuck off, really. But if you do have the legit coulrophobia, like, this is not going to be for you at all. So yeah, just be mindful of that. And yeah, let's check out the the fucking trailer, because I love the film. I love the film. It's one of my favorite films. Like, I own this on whatchamacallit. I think it's Apple TV. I own this on iTunes. Middle-earth Marxer says, I went to a counter-protest against New Zealand's #1 macho man cult leader yesterday. City could have done better, but every anti-fascist there was amazing. Oh, shit. Love to hear that, Middle-earth Marxist. Proud of you. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I don't know if you're in the Discord, but I'd love to hear more about that. Anyway, let's check out this trailer. Oh, that's Lewis Cole, innit? David. The clowns in the porta potty? Porta potty? I'm thinking of Toasty's dog. Porta potty. Yeah. Portaloo. Oh, there it is. The clown tent's gonna be coming. Oh, no. From the executive director of Friday the 13th, the game. This is gonna suck. It's gonna be Dead by Daylight, but Killer Clowns, isn't it? Nah. Nah. Well, they are the Killer Clowns, all right. Yeah, it is legit like the official Killer Clowns thing. A crazy new take on multiplayer horror. Kind of looks like Left 4 Dead. Yeah, it actually does. And you can play as the clowns as well. Okay, this might be good. This might be good. As long as it's not actually like Dead by Daylight, I'm fine. I'll probably give it a go. But holy fucking shit. Asymmetrical gameplay. They could mean Friday the 13th game for the NES. No, they don't. No, they don't. Come on, Kiri. No, they don't. No one advertising a game in 2023 is going to be like, I invented Friday the 13th for the NES. That person's probably dead. Let's face it, that person's probably fucking dead. If you don't know about Killer Clowns from Outer Space in general, here is the trailer for the film. And it's a good film. You should watch it. It's like a really good, just sort of like camp, cheesy horror film. Very fun, very good.
Night, like any other night.
Yeah, like it's got Destroy All Humans vibes, yeah.
Something happened.
Shit, no CC for this chat, sorry. Actually, wait, no, I think I can fix that. I think I can fix that.
It was a night.
Yeah.
Like any other night. Then something happened.
If the multiplayer is good enough, we'll play it on stream together. Yeah, that'll rock. If it's good.
See that? Something different.
It's no shooting star.
Why here?
Killed by Jason. Yeah, he died. He got killed by Jason.
Why clowns?
Oh, just like these practical effects, like these dummies, yeah, these puppets, whatever you want to call them, costumes, masks, so good. Like, they still stand up looking like super creepy. Like super, super, super creepy. Like, this is from 1988, literally like 30 odd years ago. And it's daft, you know what I mean? It's silly, but it's a great movie.
They've been knocking him dead all over the universe.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
They hired actual alien clowns for the movie. Oh, there you go. That's why it looks so good.
Killer clowns from outer space.
Also, this guy who plays the cop is just one of the best characters of all time. It's so funny. He is like your stereotypical cop. Like, does not give a shit about anything. Unfortunately, one of the main characters is a cop. So, you know, I don't know if it counts as propaganda. But whatever. It's good fun. It's just so wacky. I fucking love wacky shit.
Stopped here for a bite to eat. You don't need a police pal, you need a psychiatrist.
Yeah, what a quality film, man.
They want to play games? They're messing with the wrong guy.
Look at his fucking eyebrow acting. Want to play games? You're messing with the wrong guy.
What are you in for?
I love that so much.
From outer space. It's crazy.
How did this movie get a video game? I know, it is actually really unexpected, isn't it? It genuinely is dead unexpected. I've wanted to watch this since we last watched the trailer here on here. Listen, next month, September. Let's make it next month's movie night. How about that? This month, by the way, if you didn't know, movie night command in the chat. Right there. Watching RoboCop and Pumpkinhead. It's an 80s classic fest. Although Pumpkinhead is kind of cult. In the same way that... What do you house it? Who do you house it? Can't remember. Killer Clowns, just watched it. ADHD is cult as well. Similar stuff. I prefer the idea of some silly multiplayer game over some shit jump scare fest horror game. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I do too. I think that's fine. I think that's going to be fine and fun. David says nothing is creepier than those dudes dressed as clowns that just stood around in English towns at dusk and nighttime. That was happening in America as well. So scary. Are we going to catch this one this month? Never seen RoboCop? Oh yeah, it fucks, Mark. It absolutely fucks. But movie night, yeah, it is 6 p.m. British summertime this Friday coming up in the Discord. We're going to be watching RoboCop and then Pumpkinhead afterwards. Yeah, it was spooky as fuck, that shit, right? Spooky as fuck. Anyway, listen, I know we've just had a big raid, and I'm really, really sorry, Toasty, but I really appreciate the raid. And but I started the stream a little late today, and I've still got a bit of work to do on my next video. I've done like 10,000 words on it, and I'm about to do like the final 2,000 words. So I've got to kind of crack on and finish that. So you know, today's stream has been kind of like, you know, we've just been fucking around a little bit, to be honest. So I don't want to seem like what's the word? Non-appreciative of the raid. I do appreciate it, but I gotta go. I gotta finish this work so I can start filming tomorrow. You know. I'll be there for RoboCop, but we'll have to head off before Pumpkinhead. No, Pumpkinhead rocks so much, especially if you've not seen it. It's so good. It's all coming together. It is all coming together. Oh my God, Shafiq, Aslan is here as well. Who's this video on again? Just some little dweeb. Just a little dweeb. You know? Good luck with the script writing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Gang. I'll tell you who we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid the delightful... Oh my god. Hold up. Why does this not work? Why does this never fucking work? You said already, but I can't remember right now. I'll DM you. I don't like talking about it too much because I don't want to like spoil it, right? I was talking about it earlier in the stream. Check the VOD channel tomorrow and you'll find out. No, I'll just DM you. Listen, chat, we are going to go and raid longtime supporter of the stream, Dave Warnock. Dave Warnock, Scottish fella. You'll love him. He's a lovely lad. He's playing the Outer Wilds tonight. There's the raid command. He'll be absolutely buzzing with this massive fucking raid. So let's make him feel nice and appreciated and special and all that kind of shit, because that'll just be really nice. You know what I mean? He's not a big streamer and that. And it'll just be really nice for him to get like a big raid and shit. I hope so. I don't want to freak him out. But anyway, thank you so much tonight, chat, for all the donos, for all the subs, for all the raids, for all the hosts, the follows, everything. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for lurking. Appreciate all of you. I'll be back same time tomorrow with hopefully more of a structured stream, politics-wise. We will be checking the news tomorrow. But yeah, more than anything, tomorrow, more focused on politics. And we'll get that shit done. But thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Mwah! Stay excellent to each other, and peace.
Go first.